Authority here with Wild Bill and Magic Mark. These are some fantastic deals, guys.
Hey, Magic Mark, tell us about some of these special rigs you got sitting here.
We've got cars for every taste. Cars, trucks, SUVs. This is the best selection of inventory we've had in the past 2 years. More for your trade? Yes. Payments for every budget? Yes.
Online at MSAstore.com. We'll see you at Motorsports Authority.
What are you waiting for?
Join Drive Time Sports each weekday for the Trey Biddy Report, brought to you by Asher Wrecker and Recovery. Find out the latest on the Razorback recruits and all the D1 prospects in the state each weekday. It's the Trey Biddy Report on Drive Time Sports, presented by Asher Wrecker and Recovery.
So I have been in the operating room most of my career, watching people have orthopedic surgery, watching people get knees replaced, hips replaced, shoulder.
Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain relief.
I see so many people who could have been helped before they got to the operating room if only they had known about regenerative medicine.
QC Kinetics, a natural alternative that uses your body's own healing properties to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue, providing long-lasting relief without drugs, surgery, or downtime.
Well, it feels great when I do get to see somebody who we help, who I know I kept out of the operating room. It's amazing how we change people's lives without surgery.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Mark McClarty Ford's month-long Black Friday sales event is happening now with brand new F-150s at $13,000 off MSRP and 2.9% financing for 72 months. Only at Mark McClarty Ford in North Little Rock.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone.
Good practice today. Very detailed practice. Obviously, when you play a team like Duke, you better be overly detailed. So we'll see where it falls.
Eric Musselman, there you go. Turn me up a little bit, Christian. Right in the middle. There you go. Welcome into the zone. Westmore, Christian Weaver. Glad you're with us. Acre-free zone for a while. Out today, the rest of the week. Out Monday. So we got a full week acre-free.
Well, he's out Monday too?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's taking the red eye back from Hawaii to be there Tuesday for the Burles Award.
Oh, that's Tuesday.
That's Tuesday.
Wow. This year's went by so fast.
It has. It is. And December's Friday.
Friday, yeah.
It's crazy.
Doesn't sound right.
And I am already tired of the cold weather. That doesn't bode well for me.
I don't mind it.
It is what it is. You know, I'm like, it's winter. It's what happens. You know, we live in Arkansas. It gets cold, and then spring comes. I'm already tired of it. I'm already ready for spring.
Is the heater in the old 4Runner not working too well?
No, it works great. Okay. No, hey, 4Runner's running like a charm. I took it down to Texas this weekend and rolled over 331,000. I'm at 332 now, and my wife's like,
"That thing
you
does
feel
not
okay
quit.
in that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that thing runs like a charm. Why wouldn't I? It runs great. I don't have a problem taking it 4.5 hours. It's a great car. May have a couple cosmetic issues, but it's a great car." Let's see here. We got Musselman. We got Duke coming up tomorrow. I'm excited about that. I am. I think I know they're putting a lot of eggs in the basket. You hear Coach Musselman yesterday. Do we have that clip of talking about him watching so much film?
Yeah, C and D pretty much.
Yeah, C and D. Okay, go with D. Go with D. Why coach watch so much film? He said, maybe he says it in the clip, so I'm not going to give it away. D.
I guess I thought it's my responsibility because it's easy to let the assistants do that. When things are going well. I have to. It's my job to. And then yesterday, whatever I didn't get done, I got on the treadmill and had a staff member next to me on the treadmill. He had a pen and piece of paper, and I had the laptop, and it went all the way. Yesterday was as long a day as I've had after 3 games, and then we went. As a staff, most of us got right in on Sunday to get back at the video.
So the way he explained it, he watched every play from the 3 games, broke it down, sent the players their individual plays. He felt like that this is a great learning experience, and they, to me, are all in on this Duke game. He's going to get this thing fixed quicker than maybe previous years, but I think he also realizes how important this game is. You missed a couple of opportunities to get quality wins in the Bahamas, and you don't want to miss out on all those opportunities. And so I know tomorrow night is going to be electric at Bud Walton Arena. It's going to be one of those special occasions, and they're going all in. They want this game. This is a great resume builder for the NCAA tournament in a couple of months in March. So this is a very important game to them and the staff. And when he said that, it made me realize this is a huge opportunity, and they're not going to take it for granted.
I think there's only 2 more opportunities in the non-conference to get a real quality win. It's this in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take advantage of it. It's a shame that they couldn't beat Memphis or North Carolina, but they are. This is where they are now. Look, in no way am I trying to put any panic out there because they're going to have multiple opportunities in the SEC. SEC is loaded this year. The SEC could get 8 teams in the NCAA tournament, and so you're going to have opportunity after opportunity in conference play to get quality wins. So I'm not at all suggesting this is that they've got to win this game. It would just be a great feather in their cap.
What is your level of concern with Arkansas basketball?
None. Zero.
Zero?
Zero?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have all the faith in the world in this coaching staff, and they have the players, they have the talent. We've already seen glimpses of it. I have questions like where the heck was Ellis? And I know Blocker had a lot to do with that, but you mean you can't put them both on the court at the same time? That was a little confusing to me when you needed some scoring, and to me, Ellis is not only a scorer, but he's a creator for other guys. I would like to see both of them in there at the same time. I don't think it's an either-or with those. But Ellis has obviously done something to where he lost some playing time. I don't know if it's practice. I don't know if it's some things he was not doing in a game, like playing defense, like Coach Musselman wants him to, but those things will get worked out. So I'm not – look, I'm going to keep saying this. I've learned my lesson. Last year, there was some panic starting to set in, and I was a little worried. I was like, well, maybe he can't do it with freshmen. This is going to be a different year. With the injuries, I was like, maybe they're not going to be able to do it. Well, they did it. So I am not going to panic at any point.
This stretch of losses usually happens around January, into December, January.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's happening in November. So hopefully he gets it out of the way here, and we don't have to deal with this later.
Yeah, that's a theory. Another theory is, look, they've just played some really good teams. There's no shame into losing to Memphis and North Carolina. Yeah. You want to win, but it's not like you just lost to a couple of more UNC Greensboro games.
Yeah, I think I said it. I may have said it on the show last week. Memphis is old, really old.
Yes.
They're older than some NBA teams.
Yeah. They had a bunch of 23-year-olds in the starting lineup. And North Carolina's North Carolina. So there's zero panic in me. Let's take some phone calls. Oh, while Christian's setting all this up, let me tell you what we got. Clint Conque will join us at 10:30. Natural State Football Report. Arkansas State. We'll talk about Harding, and then high school football. And then the high school football talk continues with Brad Bolding at the top of the next hour, head coach of the Parkview Patriots, looking for their second straight state title. We also have Pat Bradley at 11:30, so we'll hit more Razorback basketball talk with him. Eli Cranor will join us at 11:45, so a packed show, birthdays, entertainment in that last hour, and plenty of times for you to join us, and right now is one of those times. So we're going to start it out with Brad in Searcy. Brad, welcome into the zone.
Yeah, actually, I was going to talk Harding football myself. That game was nuts last weekend. Absolutely nuts. And the defense showed up when they needed to on that goal line stand. That was really the difference in the game. But actually, the difference in the game was the announcer, because when they played Arkansas Tech, he said, "Oh, well, the field goal kicker for Harding hadn't missed an extra point all year," and he missed it. And he said the exact same thing with the Central Missouri guy, and they blocked it.
Brad, you don't believe in announcer jinxes?
No, yeah, well, I did a little kicking when I got my ankle rolled up on, and yeah, you don't say anything about any stats or any kicker ever, especially when he's going out on the field. No, but the fact is that they had this graphic out, and I'm sure y'all probably seen it. It's got the best team in each state, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Texas. You see what Arkansas is?
Third?
It's Harding.
Yeah.
It's the Thundering Herd.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to try to sell it out this weekend.
Tickets went on sale 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, if they win again, from what I understand, they're going to have another home game.
Oh, that would be awesome. I have not heard that yet.
And these guys last weekend were no slouches, man. That quarterback was up for Offensive Player of the Year. So
no, those dudes last week made Henderson State look like a bad team, and we know Henderson State's not a bad team.
No, they actually gave Harding some competition this year, and that's a good thing. But man, these kids, they are just so humble, and they don't really care about the score. They just want to win, and they literally are, like I said, so humble about actually winning. No cockiness or anything like that, and that's no NIL, no transfer portal. Man, I love it. That's cool stuff there.
Brad, thank you for the call. Yeah,
hey, man, if they win this weekend, y'all need to come out next weekend. I'm telling you.
No doubt.
It's the hardest ticket to find in Searcy, that's for sure.
Have a great day, Brad.
Y'all have a good y'all too, brother.
Yep.
Take care.
Those tickets just went on sale 15 minutes ago. So I think it's hardingtickets.com, something like that. I'm sure you can go to the school's website and find that. But I ran a little story last night on Fox 16 that said tickets would go on sale this morning. And we had Coach Simmons on yesterday, and he talked about that goal line stand, and he felt like that was a big part of the reason why, they didn't go for two there, because they had that, what did he say, 7 plays inside the 10-yard line that they held them and kept them from scoring a touchdown, and he felt like that's why they didn't go for two in the win right there and decided to kick the extra point, and then it was blocked. Let's go to Savage. Savage, welcome into the zone.
What's going on, fellas? Doing all right?
Good. What's up?
Hey, doing good. Even though Mark was going off in that last game, but the combination, you didn't see battles at the end of the game. He was out for a big stretch. Now, I know Landon's playing, man, he's playing out of this world. But I'm with you on Ellis, but, Wes, this is a good problem to have. I mean, you've got 5 guards, and you're trying to find out what works. And it's, how do you get them all on the court? You don't. But Blocker's he's taking minutes from somebody, and he took them from Mel Ellis.
Yeah.
So, battles the score. He was supposed to deal with Mark. That's the scoring ability both of them have. So there's your question right there. I mean, Ellis came in, he jacked up. I don't know if he's a rhythm shooter or he just the driving. I don't know what it is, but I think Blocker took all his minutes. And nobody's going to panic. Look at Tennessee; they lost 2 games. There's some really good teams in these tournaments. Everything will work itself out. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, no doubt, Savage. It is a great problem to have if these guys who are losing minutes take it the right way. If it inspires them to work harder, if it inspires them to do what coach is wanting them to do. Now, it's a bad problem if they start pouting and become a cancer over there on the bench. But you know what? I think Muss knows how to deal with that too. He's been in the NBA, the G League, and had to deal with people pouting and upset with their minutes. I think he'll get through to the team, but I think competition is the best thing when you're having to fight for your minutes every day in practice. And this is going to make everybody better.
What is your main concern with this team?
Main concern?
If you had to
I want to get Brazil going, honestly.
Yeah.
I had higher expectations for him. Look, I know he's coming over, trying to get over the injury, and I think he's just too talented to have
be a non-factor.
Yeah. There were times where
he had 0 points. You just can't do that.
No. You got to get an offensive rebound and a putback at some point, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're not a focal point in the offense for that game. I mean, look, I wasn't a focal point of my offense, but I knew how to get an offensive rebound and a stick back. That was an easy way to contribute on offense. Mm-hmm. If you want to score, everybody wants to score. Go get an offensive rebound and put it back in. That's the easiest thing to do. Get out in transition, run, get you a layup. But for 0 points, this is a guy who should be averaging a double-double.
Yep.
He should get a double-double every night unless he's in foul trouble. He's just too talented. So I want to get him going. That's maybe the biggest concern for me.
That and spacing still. But spacing, we've worked through that every single year, so I'm not as concerned.
Yeah, just the offense period. Watching it at times, there are too many talented offensive players on this team for the offense to look as stagnant as it does at times.
Well, we come into the year every year, and it seems like, this is the team that has the shooting. It's like we're not going to have that issue again.
Right.
And we have that issue again, which is odd.
Because I do feel like there are shooters on this team.
I do too.
I think Coach Conque is calling in.
Question of the day, though. What is your level of concern with Arkansas basketball? Very concerned, somewhat concerned, not concerned at all. So far, somewhat concerned is at 45%, not concerned at all is at 42%.
Okay, I like that. Good question. Go knock it out on Twitter. I'll retweet that. It's on the Buzz account. Christian's got that taken care of. We'll take the break early since Coach Conque's already calling in with a natural because we have a lot to get to. Of course, the big news yesterday, we haven't hit on it yet. Pupal entered the transfer portal yesterday afternoon. Hated to see it. I think Pupal can be an all-SEC linebacker. Didn't have a great sophomore year, but it was good. It was solid. He was dealing with injuries. But I get it. I understand it. I'm going to try to help you guys understand it. Clint Cox coming up next. You're in the zone.
.1037 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Crane Hyundai of Conway, Blackman Auctions, Bell Chevrolet, and Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
This is SportsCenter.
No college or pro football tonight for the first time in over 40-plus days, which means college basketball can now take center stage. The new ACC-SEC Challenge kicks off this evening with a series of games highlighted by some top matchups. There are 6 games this evening highlighted by a 6:30 matchup between number 8 Miami and number 12 Kentucky at Rupp Arena in Lexington. Also, Mississippi State takes on Georgia Tech. Notre Dame takes on South Carolina. Syracuse host LSU. Missouri will travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Panthers. NC State and Ole Miss will meet in Mississippi. And Clemson and Alabama basketball edition rounds out the slate. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Brandon Moving and Storage has served Central Arkansas since 1965 and continues to provide professional service, local reliability, and community investment. We provide residential and commercial moves, local, national, and international service, commercial warehousing and distribution, unpacking services, and custom packing and crating. Let Central Arkansas's trusted Beacons agent help you with your next move. Brandon Moving and Storage. You make a move, we make it easy.
It's the sale you've been waiting for all year long. Black Friday at Big O Tires. Up to $140 instant savings on select sets of Michelin tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on Cooper and Sumitomo tires. Instant savings and rebates on almost every tire we stock. Get ready for cold weather with huge savings on service too. Plus, 0% interest when you use your Big O credit card, which will leave a little something in Santa's pocket this Christmas.
Is your Oaklawn a roaring crowd and thundering thoroughbreds? Or is it betting long shots over cold beer and corned beef? For all the reasons we love it. Live racing is back at Oaklawn starting December 8th. Champion thoroughbreds, more race days, and the largest purses in the track's history. Join us for opening day, December 8th. Make your reservations now at oaklawn.com. What's your Oaklawn? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Did you know that in addition to being your home for heavy-duty diesel repair, we are also medium-duty specialists? Ford, Chevy, Dodge, service trucks to delivery vehicles, suspensions and after-treatment systems to engine repair. Don't pay high dealership prices with long wait times. Let Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer keep your heavy and medium-duty vehicles on the road doing their job. Take Exit 7 on I-440, 501-568-2185.
Gwatney Chevrolet has consistently been at the top when it comes to new Chevy sales in their zone. Justin Acre for my friends up in Jacksonville. And you know that Gwatney Chevrolet surpasses all the dealers from Northeast Arkansas all the way to Mississippi. And that success in new car sales has resulted in an overstock of trade-in used vehicles. So you need to get out there and take advantage of the liquidation sale they've got on used cars right now. It beats anything in the market. And to make it happen, they've partnered with Capital One to get everyone approved for the biggest discounts of the year. Every major manufacturer is represented, and they're all good enough for mom. That is the Gwatney Chevrolet seal of approval. You know that. People you can trust, people you've worked with for a long time, and since 1957, the leader around these parts when it comes to car deals. Used Tracks also being offered as low as $299 a month. They've got used Sparks as low as $299 a month, and you can get a used Rogue as low as $174 a month. That is just the tip of the iceberg. New, pre-owned, doesn't matter. You're going to get treated right. Go see our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet. It's in Jacksonville on the Gregory Street exit and online at GwatneyChevrolet.com.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acre and Wes Moore in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network. It's time for the Natural State Football Report with Clint Conque. Taking a closer look at football across the great state of Arkansas with the winningest coach in UCA history. The Natural State Football Report is brought to you by Farm Brothers Flying Service. For the past decade, they've been providing crop dusting services to the farmers of Southeast Arkansas, and they can help you too. Now, let's toss around the pigskin in the zone with Justin, Wes, and the coach.
The coach, Clint Conque, joins us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Coach, how are you?
Doing well. Down here visiting with some friends of ours from Clarendon, Arkansas. So I'm down in the Delta country today.
Nice.
Sorry I couldn't be in studio.
No, it's okay. It's better than not having you. So I appreciate the phone call. Where to start? Let's go. Let's start with the offensive coordinator. You gave us a name last week, and you know what? I was intrigued, and I even did some research and started looking up some of the Georgia Tech offensive numbers and finding out about Buster Faulkner. And I see yesterday a guy that he's on Arkansas. Oh, he's on Twitter, and I know enough about his tweets to realize he's been right a lot and he has some good sources, and it's Hoganonymous on Twitter, but he's had some good stuff. And so anyway, he said yesterday that Faulkner has said he's not interested, or let it be known he's not interested in the OC position. So I got to admit, Coach, I was a little disappointed. I thought maybe this would be a good guy for Arkansas.
Well, Buster Faulkner is an outstanding football coach, as I mentioned last week, and of course, not a lot of people know that name. He did spend some time on my staff at Central Arkansas and a short period of time at Arkansas State. But Buster's an excellent football coach, very innovative. Did a wonderful job on Kirby Smart's staff as an off-the-field analyst for 3 years. Got him a couple of national championship rings, and then of course, what we discussed and what you're mentioning is that he turned around Georgia Tech's offensive football team this year. So just the connections to – and I have not talked to Buster. I will here in the next few days, but he's going to have a lot of options. And I don't know if Arkansas took a swing and a miss or Buster's just not interested. I do think that he will probably be in play for the head coaching position at Middle Tennessee State. He spent several years there as the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator at Middle Tennessee, and that job just recently came open. So I would suspect that he'll have some, he'll be in play for that job. But he's done a wonderful job there in Atlanta at Georgia Tech, and it would have been a great get for Arkansas had it worked out with Buster. But he did a wonderful job on my staff, and success has pretty much followed him offensively every place he's been.
Coach, I've seen enough of these searches, and it tells me sometimes when guys start saying they're not interested in this job or they're pulling out of consideration, it means Arkansas has their guy. And it's not saving face, but it's just a way of getting out. And this wasn't the job for you. Do you feel like maybe is this a sign that Pittman's close to announcing that maybe they do have someone?
You just don't know. I will tell you this, and we talked about this last week. I'm not sure that it needs to be somebody with head coaching experience, although that would be a bonus. And we talked about the reasons why. Barry Odom was a sounding board as a former head coach at Missouri. He was a sounding board for a first-time head coach in Sam Pittman, and he doesn't have that on staff now. With that being said, though, I think the most important thing is getting a successful offensive coordinator that's innovative, that's going to be able to relate to the players, and be creative on that side of the football. I do think, though, it's going to take given the circumstances at Arkansas right now, Wes, it's going to take a good bit of money and probably a multi-year deal, guaranteed, to get a successful coordinator to come to Fayetteville, given the situation and the way this season played out. And let's be honest, Coach Pittman's got 1 year to turn it around, and not that it can be done, but it's going to be difficult. And somebody that would leave a secure position to come to Arkansas is going to need that type of security for he and his family. And so, I'm sorry it didn't work out for Buster. Maybe he does have his guy. It's hard to say. But I do think it'll take a multi-year deal and a boatload of money to get a successful sitting coordinator from college football right now.
Yesterday afternoon, we had the news breaking on Twitter. Chris Pupal, the linebacker, was going to enter the transfer portal. I've been told by two different sources that it's nothing about against Pittman. It's basically we got a salary cap at Arkansas, and as a head coach now, and it kind of blows my mind. You have these exit interviews or end of the year interviews, and you talk to a player, and you're offering him a salary basically for next year. Here's what we got for you. And I was told by one source that Chris Pupal has more than double out there in offers from what he could get at Arkansas. And so that was one of the reasons, if not the reason, that he's decided to leave, that he can make double the money somewhere else. I'm curious, how does this work, Coach? How are these kids finding out? Who do the other schools contact to let the kid know that you have this offer and you have this money? That blows my mind.
Well, I think they're going through a third party. It could be the parents. More than likely, it's probably the high school coach or the junior college coach. And they're relaying that information to the student athlete, saying, "Hey, XYZ University really needs an outside linebacker of your skill set, and they're willing to pay X number of dollars if you're interested in leaving Arkansas." And that, to me, from what I understand, that's how it's working. And I don't think there's, in too many cases, direct contact until the player gets in the portal. I think prior to them entering the portal, it's going through third parties, parents, high school, junior college coaches, things like that. And then that information is relayed to the players. And Lane Kiffin said it best, Wes. Starting Friday, it is going to be, and it's already started, but it's going to be the Wild Wild West. And until the NCAA or Congress or somebody steps in and put some guardrails, they're trying to do that with the portal as far as restricting the time. I still think it's a little too generous, but also put guardrails on, hey, each school you can have, $15 million or $10 million or, your collective can raise this much money, but everybody has got to live by that same. That's what the NFL does. With the NBA, I think everybody has a salary cap, but college football right now has really become the Wild Wild West. And so the Texas A&Ms, the Texases, the programs at the top of the food chain that have the most support and the most money, those are the guys that are going to win the bidding wars. And it reminds me when I was coaching Division II football. I mean, you may offer a guy a half scholarship, then the next school offers him 3/4, and you come back with a full, and then you come back with a full plus books. And, I mean, these kids are going to get the most that they can get. I mean, they're young once, they're healthy. You never know what the future holds. But I think they're going through third parties, particularly the high school and junior college coaches. And it's become a bidding war, and it's unfortunate. And there's a chance that Arkansas is going to lose some more good football players.
Yeah, in the last couple of minutes, probably the last 15 minutes, Jordan Crook, another linebacker, has entered the transfer portal. So he was a backup and played at times. He filled in for, when guys had injuries and on special teams, but it's another.
Well, and in his situation, the portal may be a good thing for him in the fact that he may get a chance to go someplace for more playing time.
Mm-hmm.
But for guys like Paul that were starters and other high-profile players across the country, you wonder, why is he leaving, Pitt to go to USC, or why is he leaving Georgia to go to wherever? It's either because of playing time or they're getting more money. And maybe in this young man's case, it's an opportunity to go someplace and maybe start. So it's the Wild West, man. And, whether you like Lane Kiffin or not, or agree with him or not, I think he's spot on here. There's got to be some guardrails put on the NIL money.
I've kind of put the Missouri game to rest already. Is there anything that you wanted to I know how meticulous you are and the notes that you take. Was there anything you wanted to get off your chest from that game Friday?
Well, you can't. Well, first of all, you lose arguably your best player on offense at this point, and that's Jefferson. And then you bring in. So there's two things there. You can't win football games, I don't care what level you're on, turn the ball over 4 or 5 times, and that's what Arkansas did. And then I think it's hard to evaluate the backup quarterback situation because of the issues we've had with the offensive line. At times, we look, proficient, but at other times, look like a young player trying to, navigate his way in an SEC football game. So just not good, Wes. It's just not good football. And it's really shocking and surprising how poorly they played at home. That happened to me one year, many years ago. We didn't play well at home. And so I had to go back during the off season. You talk about exit interviews and those kind of things, and evaluate what we're doing with our players from Thursday to Saturday. And then eventually we made a few subtle changes, and we got to playing better at home. But it's really shocking to me how poorly they played at home this year. And then again, the other thing from that game is you can't turn it over 4 times against a really good team. And and then the other thing too, I was surprised how easily Missouri ran the ball. I mean, they've got a great running back, but I was surprised that they're going to run the outside zone and they're going to run it to the left a lot, and they couldn't stop it. And that kind of shocked me too.
I was very impressed with their offensive line, and I know they were up for the Joe Moore Award, but they did a great job of blocking it up.
West, player development. I mean, they got a true freshman, I think, starting up there. I mean, they weren't like massive dudes, but I mean, great footwork, great hips, great leverage. They played through the echo of the whistle. They finished blocks. Arkansas looked like Velcro at times, couldn't get on blocks. The edge was getting, condensed and hooked. And again, they're going to run the outside zone. They're going to run it to the left, and they couldn't stop it. And that running back was, whatever accolades he gets, he deserves it, because that's a hard-nosed dude that can, runs physical, and he's got speed. So, a forgettable game on Friday after Thanksgiving.
I think I did the math yesterday. You got outscored 103 to 31 at home.
At home?
Against SEC opponents.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would think one of the things that they'll probably do at some point is evaluate what they're doing with the players from a focus standpoint. I always like to keep our players engaged pretty late into Friday night, whatever that looked like, whether it be a later team dinner, a movie, certainly, where they had I'm not trying to run it like a prison, but where they had less
free time.
Free time, yeah. Some programs make you give up your cell phone. I mean, that sounds pretty rough, but there's some programs that, you drop your cell phone off on Friday, and we'll give it to you after the game. But I don't know what it is, but it's really surprising to me that they played as poorly as they did at home.
Did you take them to the theater, or did you just watch a movie like in the facilities?
We've done both. Take them, get the buses, take them to a theater, watch a movie, or we bring in a movie and, have popcorn and Snickers bars and, cold drinks and things like that. I mean, we tried a lot of different things because, there were times that when we could do it, we'd take them to hotels and kind of lock them up that way. But, which is what Arkansas does.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm sure they've got to evaluate that because there's something internally where those kids aren't coming out very focused, ready to play, and you lose the home field advantage that way pretty quick.
Clint Conque with us. It's the Natural State Football Report brought to you by Farm Brothers Flying Service. Let's talk about Arkansas State. I was hoping they'd finish the season with another win going to UMass, but they'll finish the year 6-6 and wait for a bowl destination.
Yeah, I'm sure they're disappointed. They made a late push. I think Marshall, it was 28-21, something like that. They got within one score late in the game. Didn't play as well as they'd like to early. Got behind 21-0, and then played catch up from there. But ultra successful season in my book. Go from 3 wins to 6 wins, bowl eligibility. Hey, how about the Sun Belt Conference West?
Yeah,
12 out of 14 schools are bowl eligible and will be playing in a bowl game. And Arkansas State is part of that equation. So congratulations to Coach Jones and his staff and the players. Again, I go back to the move to the freshman quarterback, Rayner, and he did a phenomenal job with that team. He's only going to get better. And then those two, Arkansas products did a great job running the football this year. So I know they're disappointed the way they ended the year. But here's the big thing. The most important thing from this is not the actual bowl game. Yes, they're going to want to win that. They'll prepare. It's the extra practices, Wes, that they'll have between now and their bowl game for player development, fundamentals, extra strength training, those kind of things. And so just an overall very successful year. Really happy for the group up in Jonesboro.
Coach, we have a college football game in the state this weekend, and it's up in Searcy. Harding will host a quarterfinal game, a chance to move on, and all right, I guess it's quarterfinal game. What? First of all, have you ever won a game on a blocked extra point?
No, but we did block an extra point to send the game into a second overtime. Or blocked a field goal, I should say, to send the game into a double overtime that we ended up winning. But I have never won a game with a block extra point, and wow, and that is a great win for them. That gives great credibility for Harding moving forward in the future. It also gives great credibility for the Great American Conference that Harding, has been able to advance now to the quarterfinal round. They've been few and far between over the years, as good as Ouachita and Henderson and Harding have been. A lot of them get knocked out in the first, maybe second round. So this is a great get. They get Grand Valley State, a perennial Division II team. By the way, Brian Kelly started his career at Grand Valley State as Division II head coach and went to Cincinnati and then Notre Dame and now LSU. So this program has been really, really good for 20, 25 years, and ought to be a heck of a game. I saw the crowd, man. It was a great crowd in Searcy last week, so I anticipate another exciting game, and hopefully they can advance now to the semifinals. Great season that Coach Simmons has had.
What do you like most about that team? Because their offensive numbers are outstanding, and their defensive numbers are outstanding.
Yeah, we talk about line of scrimmage leagues, to be able to run the football and defend the run. I mean, they're averaging like 400 yards a game rushing. Am I right on that? I mean,
yeah, over.
It's ridiculous. So they can run the football, run game travels, and then they're playing great defense, great scoring defense, and then defending the run. And they kind of got into a little bit of a shootout with Central Missouri, very offensive-minded football team. But they made the one play when they had to make it, and now they advance. But I really like the ruggedness and the toughness, and that's what Harding's been since I've known about the program. Always been a very physical, hard-nosed, tough football program, and Coach Simmons' squad this year is no different.
Coach, let's take a break, and when we come back, talk a little high school football, because we've got 5 state championship games this weekend. We've got 4 semifinal games Friday night. It is a fun time for high school football fans.
You bet.
Clint Conque with us. More with him next. You're in the zone.
I'm talking about Elias Mexican Grill. Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. The Keith Special, a Mexican hibachi dish with fresh steak, chicken, or shrimp. Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays, and they're only $1.99 at Elias, and now they're serving homemade tortillas. Fresh pies for dessert along with soft serve ice cream. Elias Mexican Grill, award-winning Mexican food with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. You take exit 108 to Elias Mexican Grill in Morrilton.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I can help whoever's next.
Cooper's overnight shipping company has to deliver the goods.
Ship these gifts to your grandkids.
They need a logistics manager to keep the wheels turning.
126 packages going to Toronto, Tuscaloosa, Montreal, and Minneapolis. Oh boy.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Gwatney Chevrolet has consistently been at the top when it comes to new Chevrolet sales in their zone, surpassing dealers from Northeast Arkansas to Mississippi. And that success in new car sales has resulted in an overstock of trade-in used vehicles. Since these cars have to go before the end of the year, Gwatney Chevrolet is hosting a used car liquidation sale that beats anything in the market. And to make it happen, they've partnered with Capital One to get everyone approved for the biggest discounts of the year. Every major manufacturer is represented, and they're all good enough for mom. Used Trax as low as $299 per month. Sparks as low as $279 per month. How about a car payment under $200? Get in a Rogue as low as $174 a month. It's Gwatney Chevrolet's used car liquidation sale. 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Call 501-982-2102. GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Find new roads. All offers with approved credit. Stock numbers 24831A, P9526, 25105A.
Do you need Rainwater, Holton, Sexton? Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. It really is just that easy. If you've been injured and need help, it doesn't matter where in Arkansas you are. Just dial 888-8888. We'll come to you. I'm Mike Rainwater of Rainwater, Holton, Sexton. We have been thankfully serving Arkansans for years, and we appreciate the trust you've put in us. We work hard for you, Arkansas, each and every day. Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
You're listening to the dumbest radio show in America.
Hey, Shots, it's actually after 10 a.m. now.
My apologies. You're listening to the smartest radio show in America. The Zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore is back.
And so is Clint Conque, Natural State Football Report. Brought to you by Farm Brothers Flying Service. Coach, let's talk some high school football. I got to give you props. You told us Fayetteville a couple weeks ago would win the 7A championship, and they held off Conway, and we've got an all 7A West finals with Bentonville and Fayetteville.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Obviously, disappointed a Central Arkansas team didn't sneak in there from somebody, but, arguably the two best teams, throw Conway in there. Two of the three best teams in the state probably are playing for the championship. I think Fayetteville beat Bentonville early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Bentonville's playing really good football. It's hard to beat a really good team twice in the same year. I expect that to be a shootout. Obviously I'm going to pick Fayetteville because I picked them early, but ought to be a great game on Saturday between those two programs. Historic programs. I don't know how many state championships between them they have in the 2000s, but Darrell Patton had a great run. Lunny had a great run up at Bentonville. So two great historic programs. I'm sure they'll empty Northwest Arkansas. It'll be a big show here in Little Rock on Saturday.
I was very impressed with Bentonville, what they did in the second half against Bryant, to be able to pull away. It was back and forth in the first half, and in the second half they just took control of that game on the road against the 5-time defending champs and put them away. I mean, that.
Yeah, and like you said, to do that on the road in Bryant, that is an extremely difficult place to play with a lot of history. So, like I said, it's hard to beat a good team twice in the same season. I'm pulling for Fayetteville because I picked them, but it ought to be an explosive football game.
In 6A, it was just a fantastic game. I watched the second half of Little Rock Christian Academy in Benton. Came down to the last drive, and Benton had the ball down 7, and they had a big play. They get that chunk play that they needed. It looked like they were going to be in position to score a touchdown and get an extra point to send it to overtime, or maybe go for 2 and to win the game. But give Little Rock Christian Academy the credit because they came from behind, knocked the ball loose from the receiver and recovered the fumble, and they were able to get a first down and win the game. And now they get Greenwood, a rematch from earlier this season in the 6A finals.
Well, it's at a neutral site, and actually probably more favoring Little Rock Christian. So, I'd kind of pick Benton, I believe, in the 6A, but, Little Rock Christian championship teams find a way to make plays and, big-time moments, and they made those plays. Greenwood has been consistent throughout the year. Again, ought to be another heck of a football game. Obviously, we're pulling for the Central Arkansas team, but, Greenwood, that young quarterback, and, again, it ought to be another high-scoring football game, and the fans you stay for both of those games, and you're going to get your money's worth, I believe.
No doubt. Think about the quarterback play in this game, Coach, with Walker White going to Auburn, and then Kane Archer already has, an offer from Arkansas and looked upon as one of the best young quarterbacks in the country. That's great quarterback play you get to see in that game. That's worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, two SEC caliber quarterbacks, no question about it. One that'll be going here shortly to Auburn. The other one has SEC offers and other major college offers. So, again, two great programs, two great football teams, and Greenwood is here just about every year, it seems like. So, ought to be a great game. I think there'll be a lot of offense. I think this is a platform for both quarterbacks to really show out. And again, that would be the worth the price of admission, no question about it.
In 5A, we have a rematch from last year. It's Shiloh Christian in Parkview. Shiloh had a big second-half comeback in Pine Bluff to win that game, and after the game, we talked to Bo Williams, their stud running back, and he said, man, this is what we wanted. We wanted to get another shot at Parkview. They lost by 10 in the state championship game last year, and it's been something that they've been wanting to get a little revenge all year, and now they get that chance. I think this is going to be a fun game.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. Both programs. Bolin has his team playing well again, and both programs are used to being in the state championship game. Shiloh Christian has great pedigree. Parkview recently, with the emergence of the program under Coach Bolin, and again, both programs are accustomed to being on this stage, and again, worth the price of admissions. I think you got the two best teams. I was shocked that they went down to Pine Bluff and pulled away like they did, but that just goes to show you the mental toughness of that football team and how good they are. They're very disciplined. I think they went to Pine Bluff and they went to Valley View and won on the road. So this is a battle-tested Shiloh team, and so I expect that to be a great game. I picked Parkview, but I'm hoping that the local, hometown product wins. But again, two programs that are accustomed to being there on that platform ought to be a heck of a game.
And Brad Bolding will join us here in about 15 minutes to talk about Parkview and their matchup with Shiloh Christians. In 2A, we got EPC and Bigelow. And Bigelow, quite a story, Coach. They got some young kids on that team that they're used to winning championships and playing for championships.
Yeah, and EPC's had a great year as well. Again, I'm going to consider Bigelow a Central Arkansas team. Just south of Conway there. But, again, probably the two best teams, playing the best anyway, are playing in this matchup. So Hazen was knocked off earlier, and they won't get to defend. But another great game with EPC and Bigelow. And I'm hopeful that the Central Arkansas team, again, will come out on top.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Bryant's out. PA's out. You got Parkview with the chance to repeat. Malvern's out, so they won't repeat.
We were just talking last
Charleston
week. There was
out.
like, 10 or 11 Central Arkansas teams that had a chance to get there.
I was just talking about teams that have a chance to repeat, and I guess it's Parkview. They're the only ones left.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Little Rock Parkview.
We got 4 semifinal games Friday night. In 4A, it's Harding Academy and Elkins. I got to watch Elkins last week at CAC. They are impressive, and Harding Academy is very impressive too. That's going to be a shootout right there.
That may be the preview to the state championship game there, or the state champion. That'd be a lot of offense. Elkins is averaging probably 40, 50 points a game. Harding Academy right up there with them. Again, Harding Academy has the championship pedigree. They are on the road at Elkins. I picked Elkins to win the state championship, but I think the winner of that game has a really good – I'd probably make them the favorite to win the state championship. And on the other side, Warren has to go to Rivercrest.
Mm-hmm.
Rivercrest has been a little bit of a surprise for me. Warren is not. Bo has a great team down there at Warren, but I tell you, if I had to buy a ticket between the two, I'd be in Elkins to watch Harding Academy and Elkins play, because I think that both of the teams in the bottom bracket there, Warren and Rivercrest, have a hard time keeping up with either Harding Academy or Elkins.
In 3A, Glen Rose rolls over Junction City. Now this week, though, they got a tough one going to Boonville, and Boonville's been number one in a lot of polls pretty much all year in 3A.
Yeah, and a very physical Boonville team, big, strong. Glen Rose does have some athletic components to it. Boonville is just going to be a very physical, grinded type of attack. Ought to be a little bit, because I think Glen Rose throws it around quite a bit, so I think it's going to be a contrast of two different playing styles. But going to Boonville is never easy.
And then the other semifinals, Prescott and Mansfield. Mansfield goes out on the road and wins again. It shows you how impressive that Conference 1 and 3A was. They've got Boonville and Mansfield still in it. And then you had Charleston, that was the 2 seed that got knocked out. But that was a tough conference, and it shows me that that conference got them ready for the playoff push.
No question about it. But I'm proud to see Prescott kind of advancing. It's been a number of years since they've been, and they may have made it to the semifinals last year. I can't remember. But it's good to see them back on that stage again. There's some wonderful athletes in that part of the state with Nashville and so forth. But, again, I think the Glen Rose Boonville winner would probably be the favorite to win the state championship, although Mansfield's having one of those magical seasons, So all good football. Hey, we're down now to where every play matters, every play, and so he even got the 8-man, championship this week too, Spring Hill and Rector. So, it comes down a matter of inches, turnovers, first downs, who can make the big play in the crucial moments. And so I guess 3 teams will be walking away with a state championship here. How many this weekend? 5, Wes?
5, yeah. We got Thursday, 2
teams.
Friday, 2 Saturday.
Yep, there'll be 5 teams walking away with a championship, and every play will be magnified, and there's some great games. So I hope everybody will get out that's in town and get over to the stadium and support, high school football.
Coach, thank you. Have a great week.
Hey, thanks to Farm Brothers again, and we're going to get Lance on. I'm going to talk to him here this week. Maybe try to get him on in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're what about 1, 2, 3, 4 days, 11 days away from opening day at Oaklawn.
Yeah, and he's got 4 horses that I know that he's very hopeful of getting down here and running in this meet several times. So we'll get him on soon and talk some horse racing.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach.
Have a great week.
10 days away from Oaklawn. Now that I do my math. We'll be down in Oaklawn pretty soon. Yeah, December 8th.
We're there first day?
Think so. I think that's right. I got to look at the calendar. I'm pretty sure. We got all the games right here on the Buzz, state championship games.
Starts at 11:45 Friday?
Does it?
Pre-game,
okay.
11:45,
15
12,
minutes before?
Yeah.
Okay. The abbreviated zone then on Friday. Yes. And they do have the 8-man and on the radio. And all the games you can watch on PBS. I'll be a part of the TV crew for a lot of those games. Also on the Buzz for some radio games. It's all getting started this Thursday. Hour number 2 next.
River Valley Tractor, your leading Kubota dealer of Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor is closer than you think. A company that cares for you is right around the corner. RiverValleyTractor.com. With 5 great locations to better serve you, visit River Valley Tractor in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, or Pine Bluff today, or find them at RiverValleyTractor.com. Work smarter, not harder with River Valley Tractor. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
I'm Rex Nelson. As a native Arkansan, I take pride in our state's natural beauty. And as someone who has been in all 75 counties, I've seen how prevalent litter is across our state. It's time for people to clean up our state for those who live here and to enhance Arkansas's image for those wanting to visit. Let's clean up Arkansas. Visit KeepArkansasBeautiful.com to do your part and get involved.
This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
Your home for Dallas Cowboys football is 103.7 The Buzz. Presented by Beechwood Pinnacle Hotels, America's team on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
We are just a bunch of guys having fun. Just one has exceptional hair.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
Breaking overnight, Little Rock police are investigating a homicide that happened last night at 10:21 p.m. Here is what we know so far. Police were called to Boyle Park Road. When they arrived, they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. At last check, no arrests have been made. If you know anything about this, please call the Little Rock Police Department. Little Rock police are investigating another homicide that happened over the weekend. Police were called to the Arkansas Children's Hospital. When they got there, they found an 18-year-old, Tiffany Sherman, who was suffering from a gunshot wound. She received medical aid but died from her injuries. This is still an ongoing case. Also, again, if you know anything about this, call the Little Rock Police Department. For more news and weather, download the free KETV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Ryan Houston.
Coach Matt Zimmerman joins Randy and Rick on Drive Time Sports each week to talk all things college hoops, courtesy of the DHR Group of Sonic Drive-Ins.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Another cold start, but a little warmer this afternoon, up to 55. Mostly sunny skies, and tonight's low down to 35. Low 60s on Wednesday, and still good rain chances expected on Thursday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Brandon Moving and Storage has served Central Arkansas since 1965 and continues to provide professional service, local reliability, and community investment. We provide residential and commercial moves, local, national, and international service, commercial warehousing and distribution, unpacking services, and custom packing and crating. Let Central Arkansas's trusted Beacons agent help you with your next move. Brandon Moving and Storage. You make a move, we make it easy.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you're wanting to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
It's the sale you've been waiting for all year long. Black Friday at Big O Tires. Up to $140 instant savings on select sets of Michelin tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on Cooper and Sumitomo tires. Instant savings and rebates on almost every tire we stock. Get ready for cold weather with huge savings on service too. Plus, 0% interest when you use your Big O credit card, which will leave a little something in Santa's pocket this Christmas.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Roger Scott, I'm going to talk to you about Sigma Supply Packaging Products and how they think outside the box. Sigma Supply, they're problem solvers. Now, they've been helping business owners for years with their waste audit analysis program. They're going to come in, they're going to analyze your packaging and shipping and see if automation is what you need to cut costs. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg with Sigma Supply, and you can schedule your waste audit analysis. Here's the number, 501-617-4600. Sigma Supply Packaging Products. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
Shh. Hear that? That's what fun sounds like. Want to know what fun looks like? Then check out Cupid's Lingerie with 8 Arkansas locations, including 3 in Little Rock. Cupid's is a boutique specializing in all things pleasure and play. From lingerie to, well, everything you can imagine and more. Visit shopcupids.com today and treat someone special to something special from Cupid's. Enjoy.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even in starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% gear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Big O Tires, with locations in Conway on Harkrider and in Cabot on Prospect Court. Big O Tires offers an endless selection of wheel and tire combinations. Big O Tires, they have everything you need to fit your budget and style.
It should help show us where our holes are, but you also, you got to get back on track is kind of a phrase I'm going to use, and you look at what the Denver Broncos have done from the beginning of the year and then how they flipped it and have now played such great football. There's a mental, thing to all this as well. There's the physical, the mental, and then the spirit that you have internally. And obviously, at this juncture, none of us thought that, that we'd be 4-3. We are. And you got to get out of your feelings, and you got to bounce back. We're going to have an incredible crowd on Wednesday against an incredible team that's got potentially 3 first-round draft picks and 2 lottery picks that we'll be playing against. And when you play against pros, you better bring your A game.
Whew, Arkansas Duke, that's going to be a lot of fun. Big opportunity for Arkansas. Lenardi just put out a tweet taking a look at these games the next couple of days and the potential matchups, the seeding for his NCAA bracketology. He has Duke a number 2 seed right now, number 7 overall. Arkansas a 10 seed, number 40 overall. So yes, a huge opportunity for Arkansas. Lenardi, by the way, has 8 SEC teams in the NCAA tournament as of right now. Little early, but
I think Arkansas is in the obviously early. It's in last 4 in though. Right?
Yeah, I don't think they were last 4 in. They were a 10 seed. It's the 11s are in the last 4 in.
Yeah, okay.
But they're close. Coach, the question of the day: how concerned are you about the Razorbacks basketball team right now? Very concerned, somewhat concerned, not concerned at all. Right now, it's somewhat concerned, not concerned at all. It's the
not concerned
leading.
at all, yeah, is leading at 46%. Somewhat concerned at 40%. And then very concerned, 14% of our voters.
The reason I'm not concerned was because
we've seen this every year.
Well, that, and look, they played some good teams. That's what Coach Musselman said about the Bahamas.
This was the hardest, by far, scheduling stretch that I've ever been a part of. We were the last team to the Bahamas. We had the last practice the first day that we practiced. We had the last shoot-around of the day of the game. We played the last game, played double overtime, and then we had to play a game less than 24 hours from that time. No excuses. That's what happens when you decide to go play in a tournament like that. But we were the only team that every game had less time to prepare than their opponent. And I think it caught up with us. I really do. I think in game 1, if maybe that doesn't go into double overtime, we have a little bit more juice in game 2, and so on and so forth.
We'll have Devo Davis on the show tomorrow, and I'm curious to talk about some of the challenges that they had in the Bahamas. I also want to ask him about that ballroom that they played in. How was it awkward? Was it weird? And then the court. Did you notice a lot of slipping? And there were a lot of I don't know if it was the ball. Maybe there was a dead spot in the court. There were just a lot of almost losing the ball. It's like they were dribbling and it would just go away, and they'd get it back and they wouldn't lose it. But it was just, I don't know. It just seemed like a strange situation. Football news. Yesterday, of course, Pooh Paul entered the portal. Today, Jordan Crook enters the portal. So two Razorback linebackers enter the portal. Trying to get Brad Bolding on here. I texted him a few minutes ago and told him we'd be calling in 5 minutes. He hasn't responded, but make sure I told him 11:10. Yeah, 11:10. So try him again here in a couple of minutes. I'll look over at the Southern Structural Solutions text line. Haven't had a chance to get over there, but we've had several people write in. This one from the 501 wants to know about the tax implications for the money paid to players. The NIL money, is it regular payroll that is taxable and has Social Security held out, or are they contract laborers? Just curious. The way I understand it, they're contract laborers. So it's up to them at the end of the year to file their taxes and to pay all that good stuff to the government. And that's part of the learning process, and that's one of the reasons why Arkansas created an NIL program that teaches their student athletes about the things that they have to do so that they're prepared at the end of the year to pay these taxes and make sure that they're not doing anything illegal or wrong. This one from the 501 wants a Tremont Mark update. Yesterday, Coach Musselman talked about that. Do we have that clip?
I don't believe we do.
I can summarize what he said. Yeah. Basically, he's got checked out at the hospital. He got checked with an MRI. Everything came back. Yesterday, they were having a spine specialist examine him. I think they're just making sure, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, that everything is okay. And then it's his body. It's his body will tell him when it's time to get back out on the court. So the update was everything looks good structurally. He seems fine. He and Danielle, Coach Musselman and Danielle, went and saw him when they got back from the Bahamas, and just to check on him. But they don't know. He doesn't know if he'll be available for Duke Wednesday or not. So that's where we are until, I guess we won't have an update from Coach until the Duke game. So we will just be waiting there with everybody else, looking at the starting lineups or checking to see if he's going through warm-ups before the game at shoot-around. But that's it right now. From the 501, can we not give high school football officials some love rather than constantly whining, complaining, and ripping them? I don't know that we constantly rip high school football officials. I don't ever hear it on this show. I don't know who's doing that. Are they perfect? No. Are NFL officials perfect? No. College? Heck no. I mean,
yeah.
Are the players perfect? No. Are the coaches perfect? No. But look, it is what it is. We complain about officials at all levels.
Yeah.
That's part of it when you sign up. Are they a very important part? Heck yeah. Heck, we've had officials up on the show talking about different things. The camp that they had down in Benton, trying to get new officials. That is an issue here in Arkansas. Christian, the phone's ringing. Maybe that's coach. They need officials in Arkansas. They're always needing high school officials, basketball, baseball, softball, whatever. They need a younger generation of kids to come out and sign up and be officials. And it's a great way to earn a little extra money, be involved still with the team, and be out there or be a part of a team, the crew, and be a part of high school sports. Yeah, and I just saw this. Thanks from the 501. Wes just announced Arkansas Edge NIL Collective, ran by Blueprint Sports. This is great news for the future of NIL in Arkansas. This is what Coach Pittman was alluding to, that there is a recommitment to NIL in Arkansas, and he felt like they were going to be able to take another step forward with NIL. This is exactly what he was talking about. This has been in the works, and this is something that's needed. And
this is basically a third party that manages the NIL, right?
I believe, yeah. I've got to read more into it, but that's what it sounds like exactly to me. I heard someone say this, and this was a national show, and it was dealing with Indiana. And it made a lot of sense, and it made me think about Arkansas. Indiana fired their head coach, and they're paying this guy
$16, I believe.
$16 million. The buyout was supposed to be $20, but there was a settlement, and they're paying him $16 million. And this national writer was like, "You're Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
You need players. Would it be better to take that $16 million and use it for some kind of collective NIL and go out and get some players? Because you got a coach. He's not terrible, but if he had better players, would the coach be better?" I was like, yeah, that does make sense. Instead of spending all that money and not having enough money for NIL, it's just you're just moving money around in your budget.
Allocating money.
Allocating, yes. Couldn't you better spend that money somewhere else? That was the point for Indiana football. I was like, couldn't that kind of apply for Arkansas? Where they're talking about trying to raise more money for NIL. And let's face it, for some of the people that they go to ask for donations, for money for a buyout, it's the same people.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it a lot easier to get that money for a collective or an NIL agreement. Better ways to spend that money. May make sense. Let's take a phone call. Tony's in Texas. Tony, welcome into the zone.
Hey, Wes. Hi, Kristen. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Hope y'all had a good holiday.
Yeah, it was. It was good. How about you?
We had a great time. My wife and I, we try to go to a game, once every 2-3 years. It's hard for us to get to a game, but we bought tickets for Missouri early in the season. I guess before the season even started,
Yeah.
Hope that it meant something. It didn't. But, it was our anniversary weekend. We went up there anyway, had a good time. We sat there the entire game. It was cold, bundled up, got some hot chocolate, yelled at the football team. Just made a good day of it, even though the game was crap. And, I don't understand, people go to a football game and pay a lot of money. We paid a lot of money for our tickets to get there because we bought them early. Who knew they were going to be crappy?
Mm-hmm.
And had decent seats, watched the whole game. We stayed the entire time, but, people were leaving halfway through the second quarter. Then that first touchdown in the third quarter, people really cleared out. And, I understand people don't want to watch a bad product, but you paid money to come watch a football game. Go watch a football game. It's a live game. And anybody that has been complaining about KJ, let's put Criswell in. KJ's no good. KJ can't do it. Criswell couldn't do any better because if you can't block, you can't block. You can't throw. He got beat up just as much as KJ did the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just shocking to me the I don't know the word for it, fickleness of Razorback fans and how they complain so much. You know, there was fire Sam chants going on around me, and hey, that's fine. I disapprove of people booing at the team at halftime because that's just that's crap. You don't boo at the team; it's not their fault that they're not being coached properly. And my wife looked at me at the end of the game. She goes, "Are they not going to fire him?" I was like, "No, probably not. This is what we have to look forward to next year."
Tony, you're a good fan, and you're a good man. Thank you for the call.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference there, that was Tony's one game. Whereas a lot of the people who were leaving, they were probably season tickets holders and had been there for the other
and also,
5, 6, 7 games. They're like, enough's enough.
They may have bought the tickets that week and been like, we'll go up for the heck of it. And
yeah.
It's like, we spent $10.
$10?
Okay, I'm out.
Okay, we got $10 worth. We're out of here. Got a cheap ticket at War Memorial Stadium. You're going to see some great games this weekend. The state championship games start Thursday night with the 8-man title game, and then Friday we got 2. Saturday we've got 2. Brad Bolding, head coach of the Parkview Patriots, joins us now. Coach, welcome into the zone. How are you doing?
I owe you guys an apology.
No, you don't. No. Hey, dude, you're getting ready for a state championship game. If you got something else going on, that's okay if you didn't take her call. That's fine. I get it.
No, I don't want to miss y'all's call. I appreciate you having me.
Coach, I'm curious, how does this year feel different to you than last year?
Well, I mean, we're 13-0, and we really challenged our players back in January to, once you go through this, it's kind of, for lack of a better phrase, like a drug. It's the kids want to experience it again, and you have to try to raise the bar every year. And so, we set some goals that were pretty high goals, and one of them was being undefeated. And they've been able to accomplish that. And man, it's just a fun group to coach. These guys, they love to practice, which is not normal for teenage kids. But when they get out to practice, they really like to compete. And I think that's really what's making us a better football program and a better team, and makes it really fun for us coaches, is that they just get out there and get after it. And they're constantly competing against each other. So I think that's kind of the bar that we've raised this year, and that's been done probably, I would say, by our seniors. We've got a really good group of core seniors, and obviously our juniors got some really talented players there as well.
I was talking with your brother Bobby Bolding a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "How's the team? How are y'all doing?" He's like, "Man, we're doing great. We're in great shape, health wise. We're great. Our biggest concern is we don't know what we're going to do in a 4-quarter game because, fortunately or unfortunately, you've been mercy ruling everybody and pulling your starters after the half." I guess you finally got to play your starters a little bit longer than a half last week. Is that still a concern, a 4-quarter game?
I was proud of how we played. I was concerned with that. We ended up in the Camden game the other day, keeping them in, and I thought they did well. 11 of our 13 games that we've mercy ruled and they've been done in half. And so you're always a little bit concerned with how you're going to play, with obviously playing 4 quarters. But I thought they played well, and we made some adjustments at halftime, and players were able to come out and make those adjustments, and really paid off. I believe they averaged, I think, 1.8 yards per carry on the rushing, and then I can't remember passing, but our stats for our defense, for against the teams that we've played, have been kind of off the charts. I think for our total for the year, teams have averaged 2.1 yards per carry, and somewhere around 120 to 130 yards passing a game. So we've been really pleased with that.
Coach, everybody knows, or most people know, about Amarian Robinson and your talented safety and plays on offense for you. I want to talk to you about Montario Elston, Money. He is one of my, if not favorite players to watch in high school. And I get it. If he was 2 or 3 inches taller, he would be offered by probably everybody. I've watched enough of him. If you can't hit him, I don't care how small he is. There are examples all over the world, whether it's you look at the Cowboys right now with Deuce Vaughn or Darren Sproles from years ago. Just because you're short doesn't mean you can't play football and be very good at it. Is he getting some more looks?
I mean, Wes, he's on another level. I'd like to sit here and say I coached that, all those moves that he makes, but I would tear my ACL trying to do some of those things that he does. He is, it's funny that you said Deuce Vaughn. I mean, Kansas State offered him. They absolutely love him. Matter of fact, they told me on the phone they thought he's the best player in the country. I thought, wow. You really want this kid. And they Deuce Vaughn's actually smaller than Money is. Money's bigger than him. But I'll tell you what, he does the stuff in practice. We'll look at each other as coaches and just our mouths will drop to say, wow, that's not normal. And so he's going to get, there's going to be more people that are going to pull the trigger. They're going to have to. If not, they're going to get beat by him because he's that good. I mean, I think probably, I tell college coaches, Wes, that Amarion is the best athlete in the state, in my opinion, and Money's the best football player.
Well, I like your quarterback, too. And I saw UCA has offered Eric McGee. And I did not realize he was as fast as he is.
Yeah, he went to their camp this summer and ran a 4.37, had a 42-inch vertical. He's a tremendous athlete. He loves quarterback. He's a student of the game. I can't tell you how much he's improved since his sophomore year, but it is unbelievable how much he has improved. He's just his mechanics, throwing. I think Coach Claude Johnson, has done a great job with him. Clay Benberg has called plays that are really geared for him, for Eric, and it's a confidence builder early on in games, and when his confidence is rolling, he's tough to beat. He was 11 of 11 the other night throwing against Camden. I think he threw for 200 yards and ran for 85. So he's and we haven't really ran him because we hadn't had to. We've got several tailbacks that we run in and out, but people weren't really paying much attention to him as far as some of our play action stuff, and so we started running him a little bit, and he's had some the last couple of games. He's had some really good runs, some really good. There's stuff that's really helped us in the games, and we've been really proud of him for that.
Brad Bolding with us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline, the head coach of the Parkview Patriots. They take on Shiloh for the state championship. Coach, it's a rematch of last year's title, and we caught up with Bo Williams last week after they knocked off Pine Bluff. Big second half from Shiloh, and Bo said, this is what they wanted. That this is the game that they had that bad taste in their mouth, and they wanted to get a chance at Parkview in the state championship game. So I know that they're eagerly anticipating this game. What about your guys and a rematch? How do you see your team responding?
Well, Wes, I think we have a tremendous amount of respect for Shiloh. They do a great job of what they do over there. I mean, obviously, Bo Williams, Walt Williams is a friend of mine. That's his dad. I believe he adopted Bo, and actually talked to them last year after we beat them on the phone. And the kid's a tremendous athlete, and as good a person as an athlete. He's just a great kid, great young man. I mean, power cleans like 340, 350. So when you go in to tackle a guy like that, you better get down below the thighs unless you want your shoulders broke, because he's that type of runner. So one of the things that we've really run to stress this whole week is we've got to gang tackle him. We've got to get all 11 guys to the football, and and he's not the only one. I think they do a good job with quarterbacks are both fairly young. They run two quarterbacks in and out. One's a freshman and one's a sophomore, but they don't play like that. They play like they're a little older, so they're not in the same category as the quarterback they had last year, but they probably will be at some point. But Bo is definitely the guy that, you know, that kind of is the engine for their offense, and he is a dude.
How about their defense? What challenges do they present?
Well, they just play really sound. I mean, they play hard. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and their players are going to be where they're supposed to be. You know, so I think the key to this game is up front. I usually have to say that each week, but I really believe that this week, that on offense and defensive lines, we've got to win that battle in the trenches. Especially with us, you know, we like to run the football, and so we've got to get movement off the line of scrimmage, and we have been able to do that all year, and so that's going to be our focus for sure Saturday, and then, you know, being able to throw the ball when we need to, and then getting the ball to the guys that are the playmakers. I think Money, Marion Robinson, and Jermaine Pennies runs a 10-7 100-meter, and I mean, those guys are the ones that when they get the ball, there's a chance that they may score. So you want to get the ball in those guys' hands, and you don't want to have any turnovers. I mean, we've been fortunate not to turn the ball over much this year, and we've caused quite a few turnovers, and usually, typically, we've gotten points off of them. So, you know, that's a plus for us. So they're going to have to do those things, and I think the biggest thing too is special teams. I mean, there's a reason why I told the players the reason why they call it special, especially at this time of year, because championship games, you know, most of the time people are pretty evenly matched, but you got to find an advantage somewhere, and a lot of times it's in your special teams, and so that's something that I coach. I coach running backs, and I coach the entire special teams, and it's important to me that we execute those really well each week, and so we take a lot of pride in that.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you. Thank you for your time today.
Hey, sure appreciate y'all having me.
Brad Bolding joining us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Parkview Shiloh Christian Saturday night for the state title. You can hear it right here on the Buzz and watch it on PBS. Let me tell you about Gwatney Chevrolet right now. Huge used car liquidation going on through the end of the month. They had a great Black Friday. That means they got a ton of trade-ins. They sold a lot of good new cars, but now they've got ample used vehicles, so they're having a special for you. How about a used Trax as low as $299 per month, used Sparks as low as $299 a month, a used Rogue as low as $174 a month. Go to the website GwatneyChevrolet.com, take a look at all the inventory, figure out what you want, pick out the car you want, then head out to the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville and take advantage of the used car liquidation sale. Beats anything on the market. It's happening right now at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Listen for Birthday Trivia in the Zone, brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill, take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. Elia's in Morrilton.
This is SportsCenter.
The Bears beat the Vikings 12-10 last night on Monday Night Football in a game that saw only one touchdown scored. It did see a lot of turnovers, however, as the two teams combined for 6 of them. Minnesota quarterback Josh Dobbs accounted for 4 of them as he threw 4 interceptions. Chicago quarterback Justin Fields accounted for the other 2 as he fumbled twice in the fourth quarter. But he did redeem himself by making a 36-yard pass to put the Bears in position to kick the game-winning field goal with under a minute to go. With that loss, the Vikings fall to 6-6 on the season. They're still in the playoff picture with the last wild card spot. Just outside are the Packers, Rams, and Saints, who are all 5-6. And Arkansas football saw its first big portal departure yesterday as Christopher Paul Jr. entered the transfer portal. Paul was the second leading tackler this season with 74 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pass breakup. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Mark McClarty Ford's month-long Black Friday sales event is happening now with brand new F-150s at $13,000 off MSRP and 2.9% financing for 72 months only at Mark McClarty Ford in North Little Rock.
It's the season for giving, and Saracen makes it special this December. Play to win an incredible Mercedes-Benz CLS 450 from Mercedes-Benz of Little Rock. With an alluring look of luxury, the CLS 450 is a top-of-the-line Mercedes, and it can be yours just for playing at Saracen. Only 40 minutes away, Saracen Casino is Little Rock's closest place to play and win the Mercedes-Benz of your dreams.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Jackalope Cycling is passionate about the Arkansas outdoors. To help you enjoy this beautiful state, Jackalope offers an array of bike rentals to get you on the trails.
What about fly fishing from a bicycle?
You can't do that, but Jackalope also offers fly rods, reels, waders, fly fishing accessories, outdoor and camping gear.
Yeah, it'll be tough riding a bicycle in waders.
But you can still enjoy the Arkansas outdoors with Jackalope Cycling in Russellville or jackalopecycling.com.
Hi, neighbor. It's Garen with Shamrock Roofing. Fall is upon us. Don't go into the cold, wet winter months wondering if your roof will hold up till spring. Get peace of mind now. Visit shamrockroofer.com for a chance to win a new roof, free.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
Registration is now open for the 2023 Dodgeball Santa Dodgeball Tournament, December 10th on Main Street in downtown Little Rock. Get your team together and get ready to compete for the giant wrench. Go to dodgeballsanta.com for more information.
It's Justin Acre here to tell you about our friends at Cash Restaurant, downtown Little Rock, and we're getting into cooler temperatures, which means the holidays will be here before you know it. So if you're thinking about booking a holiday party, there is no better place than Cash Restaurant downtown, where you'll find great food, great prices, great space, and also, how about free valet parking? If you're going to book a holiday party, though, get on it now. 501-850-0265. 501-850-0265 or online at cashlittlerock.com. If you've got a wedding function coming up, a corporate event, or again, a holiday party, no better place than Cash Restaurant. I love the variety available on the menu, too. Soups and salads, seafood steaks, and you can get pizzas over the lunch hour. Just a great spot to go down for lunch or dinner, and again for a party. And they have a couple of different options on rooms. They've got the Bayou Room, which holds around 30 people, and upstairs a beautiful space for up to 150. Cash Restaurant, your go-to for lunch, dinner, and holiday party season. Get your event booked at cashlittlerock.com or 501-850-0265.
You're back in the zone. You know, we disagree on things from time to time, but one thing's for sure.
I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan, brother. What do they say down here? Woo, pig soup.
Now, let's root for those hogs and stay tuned to the zone.
She slammed that door, she broke my heart. That girl so got out of town fast. She bounced, so I bounced.
Need a tire? How about a new set of tires? Big O Tires is ready to take care of you. Always great deals at Big O Tires. Go to bigotires.com/deals to see all the deals. Got a lot of people traveling, holidays coming up. Now's the time to take care of things. Make sure you got a good set of tires on that car. Cabot and Conway, 2 locations. In Conway, they're on Hark Rider, and Cabot, it's Prospect Court right in front of Kroger. And don't forget, Big O Tires does more than just tires. They have mechanics on hand ready to take care of all your needs. Big O Tires, the team we trust.
Pat Bradley in the Zone is brought to you by River City Flooring.
Bradley off the screen for 3. Is he going to miss? He's been terrific in this first half.
River City Flooring. The only thing better than their selection is their service. Visit rivercityflooringinc.com. rivercityflooringinc.com.
All right, let's talk some hoops. We need something good to happen around here, Pat. It's been nothing but bad news. Lose to Memphis, lose to North Carolina, get blown out by Missouri. Pooh Paul transfers out. Jordan Crook transfers out. Good Lord. Need something positive.
Well, who's transferring in?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get good news when we find that out. So we'll just wait to see. But yeah, it's funny, we were talking when they were going last week, and we emphasized how important it was to get the first victory against the Stanford team that could cause you some problems. And they go out and they do that, albeit maybe not the cleanest ball played, but then I think something Coach Musk said in one of his press conferences was Memphis had a kid, a tough matchup from the 3 position, and also UNC did too. So, it was definitely one of the encouraging things was I thoroughly enjoyed when he said that he watched more film in the last 24 hours than he's ever had in 24 hours, and then he went through every single play and he's sending some clips to every single player. And what that said to me was, because he could have assistants help him break it down and all this stuff, but he was sending a message to everybody in the organization that, this is it. He's taking it upon himself, so you better get ready because this is going to be the most intense, however many days leading up to the Duke game, because this Duke's a heck of a team, fellas. They're a scoring team. They got National Player of the Year contender. They got 5-star freshmen. They've got a couple of guys from last year's team. They've got a veteran guard. I think he might be a 50-year guard, the kid Jeremy Roach. And they got the kid Proctor, who's another really good returner. So, and Duke plays in all these kinds of environments. Everybody's Super Bowl and maybe it may be as loud as it's ever been tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
It may be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's going to be tough to just rattle those guys. So you're going to have to go out there and win it. They're certainly not going to give it to you.
What do you think of the freshman blocker? What did you see out of him that you liked?
Well, he's extremely explosive. He's fearless. He's always on the attack, and so those are the attributes that kind of stood out to me initially when I first watched him play. So. And the other thing is he's taking advantage of it because clearly right now, there's not a, rhythm. It's always, again, it goes back to they play a good 20 minutes and a poor 20 minutes. And then it's, or a good stretch and then it's a bad stretch. So there's that level of consistency is what Coach Musk is trying to find. And then, you get a kid like Blocker who can find minutes within there. But he still is a freshman. He's going to have his good moments and he's going to have his head scratching moments, just like every other freshman out there, or really even just most players, no matter what level they are. Very few of them play a seamless game. But I guess we may have overlooked him just because of some of the top transfers. But I enjoyed. I always thought that he could be that player. How Devo, I don't know what Devo's ranking was coming in, but I know he had an impact as a freshman. However, he was that type of player. He was good enough to have an impact and be a core part of the team, but wasn't tempted to leave after his sophomore year or junior year. And obviously Devo is not transferred or anything, so I kind of felt like Blocker could be that kind of an impact for the next 3-4 years, which is great news for Coach Musk to have another veteran backcourt guy for that many years.
What do you think about some of the ACC, SEC matchups tonight? You got Miami, Kentucky, Pitt, Missouri. Should be a few good games in there.
Yeah, that Miami, Kentucky, obviously Nigel Pack and Miami, the great run they had last year. And the Kentucky team is a different Kentucky team. They're averaging like 12 3-point made shots a game. You're talking about Coach Cal usually, Coach Cal's teams, he's got 4, 5, 6'9", 6'10", 7 feet athletes. Then he's got a couple of guards that attack the basket, finish at the rim. And over the last couple of years, they've only been averaging 5, 6 3-point makes a game. This team is averaging their tied, if not number one, a close number two in assists per game in the SEC. They're at like 18, average 18 assists per game.
Wow.
12 made threes per game. This is a team that they've got a couple of really good freshman guards, and they've got a big man who's a fifth-year guy, super senior. Actually, I think he's on his fourth school.
Yeah, he played at West Virginia. Trey Mitchell, I believe.
Yeah, he started at UMass, went to Texas, now found himself with Cal at Kentucky, and he's a stretch four. He's a really good passer. They can run the offense through him, and he basically pick and pop, but that opens up the lane for their three five-star freshmen to attack the basket. And their best player, you guys remember Jeff Shepard?
Mm-hmm.
He was the outstanding player in the 98 Final Four. Well, his son's a freshman.
Reed Shepard, yep.
This kid is, he's basically he plays a backup point guard, but he can play off the ball because he can shoot it so well. But he's leading the team in steals, second on the lead in blocks. He's 6'3". So they've got a lot of, they're unselfish. I know I'm going on and on about Kentucky, but I was just so impressed with them. So I think that's going to be a fantastic matchup. Of course, it is the premier matchup of the night. You got, two nearly top 10 teams going at it. Pitt's been impressive. Ole Miss 5-0. Al Flanagan's having the kind of season that you felt like he could have, once he was completely healed from that Achilles injury.
Pat,
so it's good. It'd be a fun night, boys.
Yeah,
I just hate
no
that
doubt.
they're all at the same time. I would have loved to have like a whole day of it. If you guys remember when we did the SEC Big 12 challenges on a Saturday, you could watch all the games.
Yeah, they would do like 11, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It was just all day long. Pete's been on hold. He's got a basketball question for us. Let's go to Pete.
Yeah. Hey, guys. How are you? PB, how's it going?
Hey, good, Pete. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, you're in my neck of the woods, man. I'm kind of in and around the New England area growing up. Aramas and outside of Fort Devens, all that area. So I miss it.
Yeah, boy. Beautiful time of the year.
I don't know that we'll have as big a game the rest of the year, maybe to the SEC tourney. We got like a triple whammy, right? We got a big get right game. It wouldn't even matter who the opponent was. Big get right game Wednesday. It's a revenge game, right? They beat us, 78-70, 78-69 just last year to knock us out. So it's a big revenge game. And then it's a perennial blue blood. So you take, and then fourthly, it's at home. So I don't know that we'll see a bigger game, for the next couple of months. And like Purdue, I mean, we rattled Purdue, even though their experience and so forth. We rattled them, and it helped our victory. So it's going to be interesting. And Wes, what do you do if you're coaching against a young team? What's the first strategy that you're going to have your players and your offense do? Actually, your defense.
Yeah, I'm applying pressure, nonstop pressure.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, they're freshmen, so that's part of the strategy. We hadn't. I think this is. I don't know that we've started in a worse 7-game streak, maybe in 8 or 9 years. I mean, we're 4-3, and we all believe in Must. I'm not even worried about it, like the survey said, but I think we're in our worst 7-game streak to start a season. But every game we've lost was winnable. So is 10-15? Is that 10-15 Wednesday? Is that Eastern, Central, or is that 11-15 for Duke?
Well, it's 8:15 our time.
8:15 Central.
Yeah, 8:15.
Oh, I thought I read 10-15.
No.
I mean 9:15.
It would be 9.
That would be East,
Eastern time.
That would be East, yeah.
So it's 9:15 for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. I mean, this is huge. Got a quick offensive question for all three of you, actually. this weave that we're running, this around the horn weave. I know it's NBA slanted, but I don't think it's, compared to the teams we've even played to date, I don't think it's that successful.
Well, I don't think our offense is successful because the spacing is not successful. Yep. You need the spacing to be able to run NBA concepts.
Absolutely. And we're definitely trying, but there just seems to be from out-of-bounds plays. I mean, we've got plenty in our library, but from out-of-bounds plays to just our offense at half court, we obviously need more transition. But, if you read a little bit about Duke, which I did over the weekend, they're not happy with their play. They need more rebounds. They need to play better defense. And, they sound like us, in other words. So, all right, can't wait.
All right, boys. See you, Pete. We'll have our first Gwatney Automotive postgame show after the Duke game.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
John Neighbors will be up there. I'll be in the studio. I'm excited.
Should point out Duke's lead guard has a 5-to-1 assist to turnover.
That's pretty good.
And he's a sophomore, so.
Huh.
And he's projected lottery pick.
PB, we got to go. Take care. Enjoy the games.
Take care. All right, thanks. See you guys.
Pat Bradley with us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. When we come back, Eli Cranor joins us. Stick around. You're in the zone.
Roger Scott for Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. The end of the year is going to be here before you know it. You know what that means? Great deals on a new ride. Alcoa Community FCU has some of the most aggressive auto loan rates in Central Arkansas. Apply securely online at alcoacommunityfcu.org for your next auto loan.
Rock out with the only American-style sushi experience founded on great food and rock and roll.
Rock and roll sushi.
Deliciously twisted flavors and rock and roll vibe that'll blow your mind. Check out our punk rock roll with shrimp tempura, spicy tuna, cream cheese, and seared tuna. Strawberry, avocado, jalapeno, cucumber topping, and more. Rock and roll sushi for lunch or dinner. rockandrollsushi.com.
With 4 locations to choose from in Benton, Conway, and 2 in Little Rock.
Happy holidays from the Little Rock Athletic Club and the Little Rock Racket Club. 2 things happen in December: Santa Claus and 50% off all joining fees at the Little Rock Athletic Club and Racket Club. Take advantage of this one-time per year offer. 50% off all joining fees. A club membership makes the perfect Christmas gift. This one-time per year offer is valid through December 31st. Don't put it off any longer and join the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club for 50% off online at lrac.com.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Okay. Next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Is your beard the envy of men everywhere? Prove it. Arkansas Urology and 103.7 The Buzz want to celebrate your locks and honor No Shave November and celebrate men's health with the Beard Bracket Challenge presented by Arvest Bank. Visit ArkansasUrology.com to submit your bearded photo from now until November the 26th for a chance to win a flat screen TV. We'll post all the beard photos on Facebook, and whichever photo gets the most likes will win. Submit yours today at ArkansasUrology.com.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Kaufman by Design West, Gwatney Chevrolet, Gwatney Buick GMC, R-Care, and Parker Cadillac.
Welcome back to the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, home of the zone. Can't get enough of us on the radio? Follow us on Twitter at JustinAcree7, at Wes_more, and at CWeaver1037.
Don't need us tomorrow. Calling me with Audemars. Tell me what you want. You say you had enough, 'cause my time ain't enough.
It's time for Enlightening Candor with Eli Cranor. He's brought to you by Jackalope Cycling in Russellville. Jackalope Cycling provides bike rentals and service as well as camping gear and fishing accessories. Whatever gets you excited to be outdoors, they're there to help you with it. Check them out at jackalopecycling.com.
Bring him in, Eli Cranor with us. Eli, we were in Morrilton yesterday, went to Elias. Woo, great food, by the way. I hardly even ate dinner last night. I was still so full from yesterday. It was fantastic. But yeah, we were there, man. The talk is about Bigelow in your neck of the woods. They're so excited about Bigelow playing for the 2A state championship this weekend. That is a awesome story. Rooting for those young men.
Yeah, man. Go Bigelow for sure. What were y'all doing up there besides eating at Elliott?
That was it. We're just eating. We did the show up there. Eating. Yeah, we did the show there, and ate a lot of great food. They just kept bringing plate after plate after plate for us to try different things, and we managed to talk a little sports in between.
Nice. Very nice. How are things otherwise, man?
It's good. We're getting ready for the state championships, and we got conference championships this weekend. You an Alabama or Georgia guy this week?
And if you made me say, I guess I'm going Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going Georgia. I gotta say, but I think it's gonna be a good game.
I was surprised with the line. I think it came out at 4 and it's up to 5 now. I thought Georgia would be at least a touchdown favorite in that game. I like Georgia too. I think and even though I predicted weeks ago that Alabama would win the SEC championship game, I've changed my mind. I think Georgia's the team to beat.
But it's hard. I mean, Saban, he's got this underdog role, and he's Nick Saban, so it's just hard. It's like betting against a legend.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, you're right.
So it's hard.
We're about to have some Fridays off because of state championship games, and then Saturdays are going to be a little bit freer with less college football. So we're going to have more free time on our hands. What do you got something for us?
I do, man. I got a guy who his name is Tim O'Brien. And Tim O'Brien is I would say one of the best living American novelists. And the book that you might know and listeners might recognize is a book called The Things They Carried, which was a Vietnam novel. And it was something, I remember we read bits and pieces of it in school. And I think a lot of people had to read bits and pieces of it in school. But that book was huge. He's got a National Book Award, but he hadn't written a book in like 20 years. And he just released here in this past month, he released what people are saying will be his last novel. I think Tim's probably in his 70s, maybe 80s now. And it's called America Fantastica. And it's way different from his other stuff. So he's a Vietnam vet, writes a lot about his experience in the war. Wrote a really good book called In the Lake of the Woods, which is about a politician who loses like a Senate race and then goes out to this cabin with his wife. And on like the second night, his wife just disappears and everybody doesn't quite know what happened to her. And that's what the rest of the book's about. And this book, America Fantastica, I've got like 50 pages left on it. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't even know what, it's a big book. It's a meaty book. And it's about America. It's just kind of about, like, when people say, like, oh, my gosh, like that headline, like you couldn't make that into a book or a movie. Like, it's too crazy. It's like he's taken all of those things and made them into this kind of tapestry. It's kind of set up like a heist novel. There's a bank robbery that kind of starts it off and goes off like a road trip book. But really, really interesting. Reminds me in some ways of like Mark Twain, talking about America in his time, or Faulkner. So I think it's big. I think it's important. I'm not quite sure I completely understand what all it's doing, what all it's tackling.
Are most of his works fiction or nonfiction?
They're all fiction. Yeah,
okay.
He's a novelist, but draw from his life experiences, and that's why this one feels so different. Most of his stuff beforehand has been Vietnam centered, and this one feels big. I mean, like I said, it's a big book, and it's been 20 years in the making. So, America Fantastica.
I can't imagine going 20 years and then doing something that I used to do all the time.
Right? Yeah, I don't know if he's been working on it this whole time or if it's been, or if he just took a breather. But Tim O'Brien's the sort of guy who could. I mean, he had such a big career there. In like the mid-'90s, late 90s, that was when he was really winning big awards.
Eli, thanks, man. America Fantastica. Check it out.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you.
See ya. Eli Cranor with us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Thanks to Jackalope Cycling. Coming up, we've got birthdays, entertainment, more calls, Southern Structural Solutions text line. Stick around. Hour number 3 is next. You're in the zone.
It's Matt Zimmerman from Telco Federal Credit Union. Hey, they get it at Telco Federal Credit Union. With rising home loan rates, maybe staying put and just fixing up your current home is a better financial solution. Telco offers home improvement loans even if you have little to no equity. Now you can get your kitchen and bath remodeled and some new flooring. The local team at Telco Credit Union will find you the right loan, the lowest rate, and will make the process so easy. Stop in, log on at telco.com or call 501-375-5321.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
NFL legend Dan Hampton joins Morning Mayhem each week for a little football talk courtesy of Metro Towing and Recovery and Central Termite and Pest Control.
This is your official sports and entertainment station, Central Arkansas. We are 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
Breaking overnight, Little Rock police are investigating a homicide that happened last night at 10:21 p.m. Here is what we know so far. Police were called to Boyle Park Road. When they arrived, they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. At last check, no arrests have been made. If you know anything about this, please call the Little Rock Police Department. Little Rock police are investigating another homicide that happened over the weekend. Police were called to the Arkansas Children's Hospital. When they got there, they found an 18-year-old, Tiffany Sherman, who was suffering from a gunshot wound. She received medical aid but died from her injuries. This is still an ongoing case. Also, again, if you know anything about this, call the Little Rock Police Department. For more news and weather, download the free KETV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Ryan Houston.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Another cold start, but a little warmer this afternoon, up to 55. Mostly sunny skies, and tonight's low down to 35. Low 60s on Wednesday, and still good rain chances expected on Thursday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430. Arkansas Brewskis is excited about their second location, and it's time to add to the team. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. To apply, drop by our downtown location and fill out an application. If you want to work in a fun, professional environment, this is for you. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. Apply in person at Brewskis Downtown. For more info, check us out online at brewskispubandgrub.com. Brewskis, you're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Give the gift that will last a lifetime this holiday season. You need to call QC Kinetics right now. If you or a loved one have knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, and you just can't get rid of it, Get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Hey everybody, it's RJ Hawk. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. And you know what? You can call right now for a free consultation by calling 222-8440. If you've got pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out today. The future of medicine is here, and it's here to stay. Regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. These all-natural treatments repair and restore damaged joint tissues, giving you pain-free and movement again. And don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds for QC Kinetics. Call now for that free consultation. 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. That number one more time, 501-222-8440.
Mark McClarty Ford's month-long Black Friday sales event is happening now with brand new F-150s at $13,000 off MSRP and 2.9% financing for 72 months only at Mark McClarty Ford in North Little Rock.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Few performers in hog history have been as electric as the legendary Gary Anderson on his way to 2 All-Southwest Conference first-team selections. As well as 2 bowl MVPs, Anderson amassed over 5,000 total yards, and it seemed that most of them were gained soaring through the air like Superman, able to leap tall linebackers and defensive backs in a single bound. Anderson was just spectacular. You really couldn't quite believe what you were seeing, but those who watch number 43 will never forget his greatness. Double B's will also never forget you, as we are here to help you through your busy day. Stop by for a burger or hot plate lunch in Rosebud or some Baskin-Robbins ice cream in Clinton or Cabot. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
From sales, service, parts, and rental equipment, River Valley Tractor does it all and does it right. Your leading Kubota dealer is right around the corner with 5 locations throughout Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor, serving Central Arkansas and Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, and Pine Bluff. Work smarter this year, not harder, with River Valley Tractor. Online at rivervalleytractor.com. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
From all of us at MNB, we'd like to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. We know that some of the best times are spent during the holidays with family and friends, creating memories for many years to come. And we would like to say thank you to all of our customers who have supported us through the years and made us a part of your family. May your holidays be filled with joy and many blessings. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us at MNB.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving them starstruck. Humble through opportunities, given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects, never asking for someone's help.
What I did is, on the plane, while we waited, because we had to land in Miami, the entire time I watched every game in reverse order, and I clipped every second of the game. Whatever clips the players were going to get, it was my verbiage. I told the assistants that and the sports that they didn't have to watch any of the 3 games. And then the players all received that. And it was teaching stuff, every second that a player got, he got those clips on what he did correctly in areas that we have to get better at.
That's meticulous.
Yeah, when he first said I watched them in reverse order, it's like, you watched the games in reverse? How'd you do that?
That's great teaching right there. I mean, when you can see that on video with his notes attached to it, you know exactly, or hopefully you know exactly what he's wanting you to do right there.
Shows how dedicated he is to this as well.
Yeah. He, like he said, he could very easily had his assistants to take care of that, but he did it instead. That's one of the reasons why I'm not concerned about the 4-3 start. I trust in Muss.
On paper, this is one of his better teams. You can say that.
Yeah.
So they should get it figured out at some point.
That is today's question of the day.
What is your level of concern with Arkansas basketball? The leader is not concerned at all at 48%, somewhat concerned 39%, and very concerned 13%.
I can see where you have some concern.
Yeah.
There have been some.
Some concern.
I'm a little concerned with the offense, but it is what it is. It's, the end of the Stanford. You remember the Stanford game? Can you think way back then? All the free throws that they were just how ugly it was. That's Arkansas basketball.
That's what they do every year.
That's NCAA tournament basketball. That's how you win in the tournament. You get mucked up, and it becomes a possession game down to the wire. Who makes their free throws? Who gets a couple of stops? Who makes a clutch basket? They move on in the tournament. That's Arkansas basketball. It's not always pretty offensively, but that's effective.
I think it's time to accept that maybe the offense isn't going to look fantastic. It's a defensive game. They're going to struggle. They're going to muck it up, like you said. They're going to get to the line, and they're going to win close games. In a lot of cases.
There haven't been a whole lot of aesthetically pleasing offensive games. Those are usually when the team is shooting lights out and they're just making shots.
Yeah.
And they're rolling. There have been some games where they get a lot of steals and transition points. Those have been fun to watch. But, how many of those, think about just in the Bahamas. How many steals did they have?
Yeah.
It's not coming yet. The defense has been okay. Hasn't been atrocious, but you're not getting some of the steals and some of the things that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, that's Arkansas. They turn defense to offense.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always pretty in half-court settings.
I remember Blocker had one, and then he missed the dunk.
Yeah.
How many dunks did they miss in that Stanford game? Was it 4?
I was going to say 3, but it may have been 4.
That was frustrating. They can be frustrating to watch.
Recapping our questions of the day yesterday, are you still eating leftovers? 63% say no on that. I'm typically done with leftovers. I can stop about Sunday.
Yeah, we had Thanksgiving out of town, and we didn't even bring anything back.
Exactly,
with us.
I didn't either. I didn't want to bring anything back.
No.
And our other question of the day was, did you watch the entire Arkansas-Missouri game? And 68% say no. Tony in Texas is part of that 32%.
Yes, he is. He stuck it out there at the stadium. Kudos to you. It was. I had it on while I was working, kind of like last night's NFL game. It was on. Really wasn't paying attention to it at all. From time to time, I'd look up and see the score and see them lining up for another field goal or throwing another interception or fumbling the ball again. Gosh, that was ugly last night.
I'm a freak, of course, and I watched Pistons versus Wizards, the two worst teams in the NBA, instead of watching that game.
How'd Gaffer do?
He's actually having, I'm not sure, I don't remember how he did last night, but he's having a decent season. He's still only getting like 20 minutes a night for some reason. But
he starts, but only gets like 20 minutes.
It's weird, but he's averaging like 10 and 6, so he's having good production in his minutes.
Good. I saw a graphic of Isaiah Joe last night. He's got like, what was it, the 7th most or 10th most made threes in the NBA this season, but the number of minutes that he's played is nowhere close to the other ones that are up there in that category.
Yeah, he's off the bench. He's probably playing 15 to 25 minutes a night, and he comes in, he shoots threes, he makes threes. So it's really nice. I like having him on the team.
As a Thunder fan, do you wish he had more minutes?
No, I mean, when he's hitting, he usually gets more minutes. When he misses, he doesn't get as much minutes.
That's his role.
Yeah.
Come in and shoot.
He's a sharpshooter.
Asher Record live fan feedback. We got anything over there?
We got Marcus, who says the 13% very concerned people need to be checked into mental hospitals. Y'all are nuts. Yeah, I'm not I haven't reached that yet. I'll be very concerned if this is continuing, like, in the middle of SEC play, you know?
But even then, haven't we learned?
But if you rack up all these losses in non-con and then you get into SEC and you lose some of those, then you're going to be fighting for the bubble. But Jack Dad says, I was at the UCA camp that McGehee attended with my son. Eric is very fast, but his lightning release and arm strength can't go overlooked. He will have a great career at UCA. His dad's a great guy. I also spent time with him during the camp. UCA and Coach Brown is getting a good kid.
And I should have asked. I don't know if he's committed to UCA. Maybe he is. I got notes from Parkview. Look, I'm starting to – all these notes are coming in from all the different coaches and the two deeps, and, you know, we're preparing our boards for the state championship games, and I got Parkview stuff, and I read over it last night, and I remember he has an offer. I don't know if he's committed to UCA or not, but I had no idea he was that fast. And Coach said he ran a 4.37 at the UCA camp, and if nothing – and Coach said he wants to be quarterback, and I get that. But if it doesn't work out, you run a 4.3, there's a position for you on the field somewhere with that kind of speed. I was pulling up some of the Southern Structural Solutions text line. This one from the 501 says the Razorback game is kind of like watching a bowel surgery on Discovery Health. It's disgusting, but you just can't change the channel. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I did. And I don't usually watch bowel surgeries. So.
Or maybe he was talking about last night's game. That was it was disgusting too. The officiating didn't help either. It was bad in the tournament and not just our games. Yeah. We mentioned that too. You would think one of these big tournaments like this, and it's in the Bahamas, who wouldn't want to go to that if you're an official? You would think they would have the best of the best there. Sign me up, right? You ought to have a pretty good pecking order on who you get to choose to go to that tournament.
Would you rather go to the Bahamas or Maui?
Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bahamas is probably second.
Yeah. This is Must Ball. I'll see us in the big dance. That's from Conway, Arkansas. Yeah. That's our sentiment also. They're going to be fine. Let's see if I get one more on here. They're starting to roll in as we talk about them. JK in Fairfield Bay.
Ask him if he knows Linda Carter.
Yeah, JK, you're listening. Is Linda Carter live in Fairfield Bay? We heard that story yesterday. May have been 20 years ago. Did she used to live there? You think Pittman could learn some pointers from us? Well, the biggest pointer he's learning is to use the portal. And that's what they're going to do. There was a comment on here earlier that was talking about the problem with this last year's team was coaching, not the portal. A good team helps coaching. It makes the coach look better. If you have talent, coaching looks better. It's a little of both. Yes, coaching played an issue last year, but don't you think, because there was another comment, and I have said this before, Arkansas has a salary cap. Last year, a lot of the salary cap went to one position, the quarterback. Quarterback did not live up to the standard that we had hoped. Part of the reason why was the poor offensive line. Think of it like an NFL team. You have a salary cap. A lot of these teams, when they have a young quarterback that's still in his rookie contract, they have a lot of success because they have a lot of money to surround that quarterback with a lot of talent. And so that quarterback looks good because he's surrounded by talent. As the quarterback gets older, more established, he gets that big contract, the team has less money to spend, less talent surrounding that quarterback. Same thing in college. I think this year they'll choose to go the path of where they're not paying their quarterback as much, and they can spend more money on the offensive line and some talent to go around that quarterback. And that will help the team get better. You would love to be at a place like Georgia or wherever where you can go out and sign as many as you want to and then get the transfers to come in and just be able to spend everywhere. But, like it or not, that's not where Arkansas is. Although they took a step today to try to fix that. And what they've done is taken the one Razorback NIL group that the university had. I think it was part of the foundation. They've moved it. Now there's a third party that's running this. And the thinking is they'll be able to run it better, get more money, give the university more money to spend. I have heard complaints about the one Razorback. I've read complaints about it. Part of it was too hard to figure it out and to sign up and to get involved. And that should not be the case. If you're an average Joe Blow and you want to donate $10 a month, $120 a year, you should be able to do it like that. You should be able to go to a website, easily figure it out, click on this button, put in your bank account, and say, I want to donate $10 every single month.
Yeah, it should be. You should make something like this as easy as possible so more people will do it.
And that the complaint was it's too hard to figure out. And that's a problem. So hopefully with this third party, they're better at running the NIL, the collective, and it will produce better results. More money? How do you so many times people complain and want to do something about it. Well, here is a way you can do something about it. Here's how you can help. Donate to the collective. Put your money where your mouth is. Donate some money, help out, get a better product on the field. It's weird to be talking about college athletics that way.
Yeah.
But that's where we are. You want to do something about it? There you go. Here's a chance. Maybe this new third party will help things be a little bit more successful. Not that it was a failure. The one Razorback was not a failure. They weren't doing terrible, but they can always do better. And I think that's what the plan is here.
Technically, this is kind of like baseball, though. There is no cap necessarily.
Correct. Yep.
Like Georgia is the Yankees, essentially.
Yeah.
They can pay whoever they want to.
When I say Arkansas has a cap,
Arkansas has one, yes.
Yes. I mean,
they're a small market team versus a big market team.
That's a great way of putting it. Got birthdays and entertainment to get to, so let's get started.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Instead of saying Arkansas has a cap, I should say Arkansas has a budget.
Yes, there we go.
There we go. We all have a budget.
We're the Oakland Athletics.
Yes.
Maybe not that bad.
No, we're not the Oakland Athletics. We're not the Kansas City Royals. But we're not the New York Yankees.
Yeah, we're somewhere in the
or
middle.
the LA Dodgers. We're the...
No, the Angels spend pretty decent amount.
No
They just
doubt.
never win.
They would be the Aggies.
Yeah, there you go.
Angels and the Aggies.
Be the Marlins?
No, I don't know.
We're the Tampa Bay Rays. They don't have a whole lot of money. They usually win, but they don't have a whole lot of money.
No, that's not Arkansas either.
Good point. Twins? Twins are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that may not be bad. They sometimes put a decent team on the field.
Occasionally. They won their first playoff game in like 18 years this year, so yeah. We're the Twins.
Who would be the Rangers? Because they have a big budget. They were like in the top 10.
We'll
say number 6 in budget.
It's supposed to be the entertainment report.
Oh, sorry.
Now you've got me thinking. The Rangers are
Michigan
or Ohio State, maybe.
Up and coming. Had their chances, opportunities, can never come through. Maybe this is their year. Probably not Ohio State's. I think they're done.
Okay, yeah.
Michigan still has a chance.
Yeah, we'll go with Michigan. Okay. The Dodgers are Alabama, right? Alabama and Georgia are top 2.
Yankees, Dodgers, yep.
All right, here we go. Anyway, into the entertainment report. Mark Cuban, owner of the Dallas Mavericks, of course, is swimming away from the show that helped make America better come to know him. He's walking away from Shark Tank. He said, this is our 15th year. Next year, our 16th year is going to be my last. He appeared on Showtime podcast All the Smoke that has Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson on it. He said, I feel like in doing Shark Tank all these years, we've trained a generation of entrepreneurs, multiple generations of entrepreneurs, that if somebody can come from Iowa or Sacramento or wherever and show up on the carpet of Shark Tank and show their business and get a deal, it's going to inspire generations of kids. He said, now we've got people coming on saying, I watched you when I was 10 years old. So I didn't realize, I guess it has been on that long, but it doesn't seem like it has.
No, it hasn't. I was on Facebook, and I'm never on Facebook, but I was on there not too long ago, and a guy I went to high school with posted, yes, it's true, my dad and another guy I know from my hometown are going to be on Shark Tank. They developed this for hunters. It's like a strap that goes around a tree, and it ties to a seat that has a hole in it. And it's for hunters to, instead of squatting and pooping, they can sit on this chair that's strapped to a tree and keeps you up off of the ground. And they developed it, and it was almost started like as a joke between guys, and then one used it, and another guy had it, and was like, I want one of those, and it just kind of took off, and they took it on Shark Tank. I did not get to see the episode, and I don't know if they picked it up or not, but it was kind of funny that two guys trying to be funny and clever ended up on Shark Tank.
That's one of those shows where you could get sucked down a rabbit hole of like worst Shark Tank products and stuff like that. So if you go on YouTube, I'm sure you can find a good montage of those. Sofia Vergara skipped out on paying a contractor more than $1.7 million for a huge renovation of her home in Beverly Hills. According to the suit, the actress hired Reside Custom Homes in 2022 to perform construction work on her $26 million mansion. And they claim that Vergara agreed to pay for the work plus the contractor's fee, but says she never followed through once the work was done. So she got all this work done and never paid. She owes the company $1.7 million. They've reached out, and so far, no word back from her. Which is odd for a celebrity to not pay a contractor.
There have been cases of that. I've heard of similar stories.
Like maybe they aren't happy with the work that was done?
Yeah. And then it's easy because of who they are to throw it out there and use that kind of pressure to get them to pay before you have to actually take them to court.
I don't know why this story, by the way, we're about to do birthday trivia and we have Chris Stapleton tickets available.
Awesome.
So if you call in, I'll put the first two people on hold and you'll hear the show, but you won't hear me, and I'll get your name in a second.
Do we have a
Dustin,
an opponent?
Super Salesman, is going to play with us.
Awesome.
I believe he's outside. You can come in, Dustin.
Come on in.
I don't know if he's making his radio debut right now. Have you been on?
No, I have not been on.
Not with any of us?
Not on this side of the hallway. I've not been on.
Awesome.
All right. You've been on the phone?
Yes, on the phone. On some commercials.
Yes, I've heard those. Fantastic. This is our obligatory Taylor Swift story. I don't know why this is a story, but she's back in the United States, and she's in Kansas City now. Apparently after her tour is wrapped up in Brazil.
Yeah.
So,
Chiefs play in Kansas City this week?
I don't know.
That would explain why she's in Kansas City, right? With Kelsey?
Yeah, maybe they're
hanging out.
Maybe she's living with him in Kansas City. Who knows? I'm sure some Swifties can get to the bottom of it and let us know. That's it for the entertainment, though.
Chiefs I thought they had a good game this week.
Didn't they have a good game this week?
It was last week, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. They played
Chiefs
Oakland.
are at the Raiders. They beat the Raiders.
Yeah, they beat
okay,
Raiders.
I need to go to week 13.
They're at the Packers.
Well, that's back-to-back road games? Wow.
Not a great game.
Cowboys-Seahawks Thursday night, by the way.
That is a good game.
Prime. That would be the best prime game ever.
Yeah.
Or highest ratings for prime ever.
I don't think we have to worry about Al Michaels walking off set in that one.
No, he should not be, unless it's another blowout for the Cowboys.
Could be.
He shouldn't get bored.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill? Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. It's Elia's in Morrilton.
Christian's answering the phone right now. Chiefs and Packers are, by the way, the Sunday night game on NBC. Chiefs a 6.5-point favorite. Guys, this is a line that I'm still confused about. 49ers at the Eagles. Great game, right? I think two best teams in the NFL right now. I got the Eagles. I think they're the best team. You got to give them the best team. The teams that they've been able to beat, the games that they've won, they're hosting the 49ers. The 49ers are a 3-point favorite at Philadelphia. Does that surprise you?
Do they know something we don't?
That's weird to me. I would think the
line.
Eagles are a 3-point favorite at home. But it is the 49ers a 3-point favorite. It's one of those lines that it scares me. I'm like, Eagles have been finding a way to beat everybody.
Yeah,
it's like they're on a mission right now to prove it. And here's another chance. And they're home dog? I like the Eagles a lot. We'll have to ask Coach Kelly about that one tomorrow. Remind me. All right, let's get to it. Let's do some birthdays.
All right, while you are with Wes and Chico, you are with Dustin. Here we go. Not a great birthday day, only 4 of them.
Great.
This guy is a composer and musical artist. He did this song. Plays piano.
Oh, yeah, he does
He has a notable voice.
commercials. Or not commercials,
He did Toy Story.
Toy Story, yeah. Animation is the word I was looking for.
Man, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I know.
Newman. John Newman.
No. Hal.
You're
No.
on the right path there. We have a host on this station that
John Newman.
has this first name.
Host on
Justin Newman. Roger Newman.
Roger Newman. David
Justin Newman.
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman.
Randy
There
Newman.
you go. I don't know how you got it. Randy Newman. How old is Randy Newman, Dustin?
70.
Oh, he's like 80.
He is 80. Bingo, bingo. All right, this actor has been in movies such as The Rock, A Beautiful Mind, Truman Show, Apollo 13, The Firm, many others.
Ed Harris.
It is Ed Harris.
Didn't have a clue.
Bald in most of them.
Ed, he was in the Astronauts movie that I liked so
Oh.
much that Justin hated. Said it was way too long.
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
It's not a bad movie.
I thought it was great. Yeah, it's a little
Tom
long.
Hanks and Gary Sinise.
Yeah.
How old is
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris.
Now he's closer to 70. He's.
I'm hoping you go first.
Yeah, it's my
He
turn to
is.
go
Okay.
first. I'll go 74.
I'll go 73.
He is 73. We're all tied up.
Come on.
All right, this guy's a comedian, but he's most notable for being the host of The Daily Show. for a long time.
The Daily
Jon
Show.
Stewart. Jon Stewart.
Yep, Jon
I
Stewart.
can't want to say John Daly.
I was too. I was wanting to say John Newman too for some reason.
How old is Jon Stewart?
Dustin.
Jon Stewart is 52.
Ooh, I thought he was in his 60s. 60.
61. We're still tied up, going to the last one. I hope you guys will get this one, but you may not. You may have to play for it. This guy was the number 1 overall pick in the NBA in 2005. He played for the Bucks, the Warriors, the Cavs, the Mavs, and the Lakers, less notably. One All-NBA team, one All-Defense team, one championship. He won a championship with the Warriors. He was the starting center on the team. Out of Utah, Australian big man.
Luke Longley? No. Australian big man out of Utah.
I can see him. I'm so much better at this game in my car.
That's what everybody says.
Played for the Mavericks.
Yeah, he was kind of washed up by then.
Oh.
I can see his face.
You need a hint.
Trying to
Did you say he was Australian?
Yeah.
He is Australian.
From Utah.
He played for Utah.
Andrew.
Andrew Bynum?
No.
Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut.
Yes. Come on. Come on.
Dustin got it. Walked it off.
We got to guess his age?
Okay, you can guess his age, and then we may tie it up.
You said number 1 pick in 2005. That would be. I'm going to say 37.
No, he's older because he went to school a couple of years. I want a bingo bango.
Oh, yeah. I went from 18.
18, yeah. And 18 years ago. It's 36. How many years was he at Utah? I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to say he's 39.
Oh, my gosh. He is 39. Amazing. Walks it off.
Did I win, though?
No, you didn't.
You lost.
You won?
Yeah.
He just walked it off.
I thought I walked it off.
No. I got the bingo bango on the age. It was a good try.
What was who was with me? Who was the person playing?
Chico.
with-
Chico.
Sorry about that, Chico.
But you performed very well.
It was.
You did a
Usually-
lot better than
yeah.
first timers.
Usually our guests don't do that well, so.
You did good with the names.
I'm
I
probably
killed you on the ages today.
Yeah, you did. You killed me on the ages.
Yeah. You were off by a decade on the ages. An experience
Wow,
of
hold
that experience of doing this for 5 years. It's in my brain, and I'm just like, I have a little edge on you.
There's no pressure when you're in the vehicle. When you're eating lunch and you're getting the ages. And
Yeah.
I destroy y'all when I'm in the vehicle.
I wish you'd start texting me and helping me out so Christian's not killing me every day. Lyle, hang on. We'll get your information in just a second. We got to take a break. When we come back, we can take some more phone calls. We got Arkansas Duke. We've been talking about the portal. And we got a lot of feedback, Christian, on our how we were trying to figure out with the NIL and who we would be in Major League Baseball. Some great suggestions. I'll get to that when we come back. You're in the zone.
Join Kevin McPherson, Arkansas's premier basketball recruiting analyst, each Friday on Drive Time Sports. Brought to you by Fence Brokers. Fence Brokers, going the extra mile.
This is Sports Center.
Ahead of the huge Duke game tomorrow night, Eric Musselman Live was last night, and Coach Musselman talked about bouncing back from a tough Bahamas trip.
You know, at this juncture, none of us thought that, that we'd be 4-3. We are. And you got to get out of your feelings, and you got to bounce back. We're going to have an incredible crowd on Wednesday against an incredible team that's got potentially 3 first-round draft picks and 2 lottery picks that we'll be playing against. And when you play against pros, you better bring your A game.
That's it for tomorrow's game is set for 8:15. Coverage will be on the Buzz. And Little Rock basketball will host Ball State at the Jack Stevens Center tonight with tip set for 6:30. Coverage can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Hi, neighbor. It's Garen with Shamrock Roofing. Fall is upon us. Don't go into the cold, wet winter months wondering if your roof will hold up till spring. Get peace of mind today. For the next 30 days, we're offering a free impact-resistant roof upgrade. Plus, if you've been denied coverage by your insurance company after the storms, you qualify to win a new roof for free. Just visit shamrockroofer.com for more details. Shamrock Roofing, where one call does it all at shamrockroofer.com.
Hey, it's Coach Z, Razorback basketball color analyst. I'll be on Out of Bounds Tuesdays this basketball season, recapping the Hogs. I can't wait. Thanks to Telco Federal Credit Union, providing homes since 1950 for your dream home, duck cabin, home remodel, or vehicle. Check them out online at telco.com.
It's the sale you've been waiting for all year long. Black Friday at Big O Tires. Up to $140 instant savings on select sets of Michelin tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on Cooper and Sumitomo tires. Instant savings and rebates on almost every tire we stock. Get ready for cold weather with huge savings on service too. Plus, 0% interest when you use your Big O credit card, which will leave a little something in Santa's pocket this Christmas.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20 milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5 milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Gwatney Chevrolet has consistently been at the top when it comes to new Chevy sales in their zone. Justin Acre for my friends up in Jacksonville. And you know that Gwatney Chevrolet surpasses all the dealers from Northeast Arkansas all the way to Mississippi. And that success in new car sales has resulted in an overstock of trade-in used vehicles. So you need to get out there and take advantage of the liquidation sale they've got on used cars right now. It beats anything in the market. And to make it happen, they partnered with Capital One to get everyone approved for the biggest discounts of the year. Every major manufacturer is represented, and they're all good enough for mom. That is the Gwatney Chevrolet seal of approval. You know that. People you can trust, people you've worked with for a long time, and since 1957, the leader around these parts when it comes to car deals. Used Trax also being offered as low as $299 a month. They've got used Sparks as low as $299 a month, and you can get a used Rogue as low as $174 a month. That is just the tip of the iceberg. New, pre-owned, doesn't matter. You're going to get treated right. Go see our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet. It's in Jacksonville on the Gregory Street exit and online at GwatneyChevrolet.com.
Too busy to call into the show? Text us on the Southern Structural Solutions text line at 501-661-1037 or message us on the Asher Wrecker Live fan feedback. Now, back to the zone.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what, so what, so what?
Well, what do you know? The J-Dog is first up to bat. No batteries included and no strings attached.
661-1037. Call in. We got an open segment. I don't think we have anything else we have to do we? No.
No.
If you're paying over 8% interest on your auto loan, stop right now and call True Service Community Federal Credit Union. They may be able to lower your rate and your payment. They could possibly knock a year off your note. You can also improve or upgrade your home with a True Service home equity loan. Get a kitchen remodel, new flooring, custom shower, maybe even a new pool. You can get one of the lowest interest rates in the nation right now with the True Service Visa Platinum Card. They offer no transfer fees, no over-limit fees, no annual fees. It's easy to become a member. It's not like the old days where you had to be grandfathered in. 3 locations. In Little Rock, they're next to the butcher shop. In North Little Rock, they're on JFK. They're also on the campus of Hendrix College. You can apply online at trueservice.net. Get pre-approved today. Over on the Southern Structural Solutions text line, got a lot of different things. JK answered us. JK's in Fairfield Bay, and we were wondering about Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, Keith was telling us he delivered side to Linda Carter.
What's she doing out in Fairfield
We're
Bay?
like, what? Hold on now. He's like, no, it was Linda Carter. JK says, I've never met her, but yes, she lived in Fairfield Bay for vacation.
Wow.
How about
Who
that?
goes to
She would
Fairfield
vacation.
Bay
Linda Carter, that's who.
I don't even know where that's at, to be honest.
Northwest Arkansas. Chico in Pine Bluff. Chico says, good job, Dustin. You should have won.
He was close.
He was close. Yeah, I thought he had me. From the 501, the guy who leaked the Pam and Tommy sex tapes was a disgruntled carpenter doing renovations for them.
Huh. Didn't know that.
I remember that. And there was somebody else famous. Maybe it was like a football player. Yeah, it was the wide receiver that was for the Steelers. It went crazy. Had we felt like he had CTE.
Oh, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Somebody that ratted on him because he owed them money for doing renovations? Is that right?
He probably owes a few people some money.
Sophia is worth $180 million. Come on, pay up now. That's from the 501.
I was unaware she was worth that much.
This one, when we were talking about the Razorbacks, NIL, and I kept calling it a cap. They really don't have a cap. They have a budget.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cap in NIL. And that's one of the things they're looking at, maybe creating a cap to even the playing field a little bit. But we're comparing it to baseball teams. There's not a cap in baseball, but each team has a budget. This one from the 501 or 870 says the Rangers are Florida State.
That's a good one.
That is a good one because Florida State's got it. They had a better chance up until a week ago. You got to put Florida State in, right, if they beat Louisville?
You do, but I kind of feel bad about it because whoever they play, it's not going to be a good game.
No. I feel bad for them. I listened to a lot of the Florida State game on my way back from Texas, and it's a gutsy win. You know, it's in the swamp. Florida was it's a rivalry game. They played hard against Florida State. It's crazy that Florida almost beat Florida State and Arkansas went to Florida and won that game. And then you see them at home against Mississippi State and Auburn and Missouri. It's like 2 totally different teams. Just like it was 2 totally different Florida teams. The Florida team that lost to Arkansas and the Florida team that beat Tennessee and almost beat Florida State. It was crazy.
What did Florida's final record end up being?
5-7. They needed that to go to a bowl. Tony in Texas says, hey, Wes and Christian, did you say Arkansas's NIL was now run by the Friends of the Collective?
I don't think we said that.
Friends of the Program. Run by Friends of the Program. Awesome. The press release just came out in the last hour, and basically they have hired a third party to run the one Razorback, and they've rebranded it, and they're going to call it The Edge. Arkansas Edge is now the official NIL collective for the University of Arkansas. Blueprint Sports, BPS, the industry leader in full-service name, image, and likeness collectives, proudly announces the launch of Arkansas Edge, the premier NIL collective supporting all 465-plus University of Arkansas student-athletes. Each and every gift makes a difference. Starting at only $25 a month, community supporters can become members of the collective and show their support for the community with brand new merchandise showcasing the new logo. Part of the new goal, Arkansas Edge is seeking 5,000 Razorback fans to become members at $50 a month, and an additional 5,000 Razorback fans to join at $100 a month. Thanks to a generous donation, the first $1 million raised to Arkansas Edge will be matched. That will be a $2 million impact for Razorback student-athletes. This is exactly what Coach Pittman was talking about, hinted towards a couple of weeks ago when he said that there's going to be a new push for NIL at the University of Arkansas. We didn't know at the time what he was talking about. Now we do. And I think this is probably huge news. This can be a game changer for Arkansas. The amount of money that they're talking about and the way to get – look, they've been trying to hit some of the top donors in the state and getting them to donate. And they've had some success. We've all heard some of the stories of these NILs that, that they've been able to reach out to some of the top dollars. This is a way for me, I believe, to get the common fan involved, someone that can afford to donate $25 a month, $50 a month, a little bit more, asking a little bit more, $100 a month. But you get enough people to do that, that quickly adds up. And we always talk about this is a Razorback state, right? All across the entire state. You get your fan, your common fan to sign up for $25, $50 a month. That adds up quickly. Do the math. That's how you can help the program. And I don't want to sound like a pitch man, but I hear enough people griping about things. This is your way to do something about it. It's kind of like voting, right? Do something about it. I think this can be a success.
It can be.
It can be.
It all depends on if people donate or not.
Fairfield Bay is about 45 minutes north of Heber Springs, by the way.
Okay.
So that would be more north central Arkansas. Doug's, no, I can't read that. Doug. Linda Carter, yep, she was it in her time. What's Ethan? Ethan says, there needs to be an NCAA limit on NIL, or it's going to get bad for smaller schools.
I just wonder, what do you set the limit to?
I don't know, but to say it's going to get bad.
It already is.
Yes, it is. Florida should have beaten Missouri too. Yes, they should have. Florida is one of many teams this year.
Is Billy
Just
Napier
scratch
gonna
your head.
survive?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yes, he's got a great signing class. At last check, when we were talking with one of the ladies that came for the Touchdown Club, she said that Florida had the number 2 signing class in the country.
Was it Alyssa?
May have been Alyssa Lang. May have been.
I didn't know that they were that.
They have a very good recruiting class. Safe to say top 5 in the country. And when you're playing, and when I was listening to the game, they were commenting about how many freshmen were playing on the defensive side of the ball. And that was one of the storylines when Arkansas played Florida, how young Florida's defense was. And they had made a lot of mistakes, but they felt like they were getting better and improving. Well, they did against Florida State and played one of their better games against Florida State. They are a young defense with a good recruiting class. So I think that's what is going to save Napier his job, a young team and a good recruiting class. Let's take one call before we take the break and check in with Freaky Joe and Out of Bounds. Nobody from nowhere. Welcome to the Zone.
Man, I appreciate just a second of your time. I think a good place to start that NIL deal, the cap, would be the league minimum in the NFL. If you are better than the league minimum in the NFL, go make that money over there.
So is what's the minimum in the NFL? Right? Is it 900?
I was going to say 800.
It's somewhere around there, I think.
It's a good Chris Turnage question, but I think it's around. You can Google that. I'm going to guess around 800,000.
Does that make sense, fellas?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, because it keeps it at a semi-professional level. You may never be able to make more than the league minimum, but a school might keep you around for, just the fact that a 23-year-old body and college is vastly different than a 17, 18, 19-year-old body in college. So you might incentivize some guys to stick around a little longer, and you might push that elite athlete on into the next level and balance out the scale, so to speak. So anyway, gentlemen, I hope you have a blessed day.
Thank you for the call. You know, when I talk about a cap, it's not a cap per person that I'm thinking.
It's an overall cap.
I'm thinking a team cap, what you can spend as a team. For example, if you were to put in a cap of $800,000 for a player, that's the most you could pay a player, don't you think there's a school that would be able to go, all right, we'll give all 85 players $800,000? It's a $68 million a year thing. Could a team do that? Could a Texas A&M do that?
If they wanted to, yeah.
Maybe. I think that's way too much for anybody to be spending for a football team.
And also
a college football team.
Yeah, the league minimum in the NBA versus the league minimum in the football, it's different.
Wouldn't that make life a lot easier on coaches, though, if everybody got the same amount?
Yeah, so the league minimum in the NFL is $870 for 1 year. Rookie is $750.
$750 for a rookie. Wow. It's a good start. I mean, it's a good, and I'm open to suggestions right now, and I think administrators are too, and coaches are too. Got to figure a way to contain this a little bit because it is out of control. We got to take a break. We're running a little late. We'll figure out what's coming up on Out of Bounds. We'll wrap this thing up. Stick around. You're in the zone.
Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We got to go for all we know.
Blast into a new year with the Rocket Man Show, a tribute to Elton John at Oaklawn's Event Center on January 1st, 2024. The Rocket Man Show with Russ Anderson features a night of Elton's greatest hits, incredible costumes, and fierce piano playing on January 1st at Oaklawn's Event Center. Tickets for the Rocket Man Show are available at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Arkansas Brewskis is excited about their second location, and it's time to add to the team. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. To apply, drop by our downtown location and fill out an application. If you want to work in a fun, professional environment, this is for you. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. Apply in person at Brewskis Downtown. For more info, check us out online at brewskispubandgrub.com. Brewskis, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Okay. Next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
Struggling with a gambling problem? The cost may vary by individuals throughout the year, and it affects the family during the holidays. Concerned about your own or someone else's gambling addiction and would like free help? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, Arkansas Problem Gambling.
It's Justin Acre for Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort down in Hot Springs, and there are so many great things to do at Oaklawn, and we talk about them all the time. And one more great thing, the OG is coming back on December 8th. Of course, it's live racing back at Oaklawn. It goes all the way through May 4th, and restaurant reservations and seat ticket sales are open and available available now. Carousel, post-parade restaurant, grandstand seats, all of it available. Get on it if you want to get down and watch some live racing at Oaklawn. But anytime is a good time to go down to Oaklawn. And Oaklawn Sports is another way to have a good time. It's offering a new and easy way to fund and withdraw your balance straight to your bank account with ACH VIP Preferred e-check. It makes it easier than ever to bet your favorite games on Oaklawn on the Oaklawn Sports app with no fees involved, and get your money out easily and quickly. Both the Oaklawn Sportsbook and the Oaklawn Sports mobile app offer numerous betting options, including parlays and futures and live in-game betting, and that's always a lot of fun. All the different sports, all the time, and don't forget about Headliner Entertainment coming to Oaklawn Event Center. All that information is at oaklawn.com. Every day, all day. It's Oaklawn in Hot Springs.
Too busy to call into the show? Text us on the Southern Structural Solutions text line at 501-661-1037 or message us on the Asher Wrecker Live fan feedback. Now, back to the zone.
Yeah. Numero UNO, me and Drizzy like the Super Bowl.
A couple other comments. Chachi wants to know, how do NILs differ in amounts from, say, a school like UCA to the University of Arkansas? It's apples and oranges. Yeah. I mean, UCA has a couple NIL deals for their players, local deals, smaller deals, and it may be something as simple as a restaurant deal, where they get a gift card to a restaurant to go out and tweet some things. Whereas you can go to the University of Arkansas and you have some guys making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Huge difference. It's FCS to FBS. There are a lot of differences in the two schools. JK, Fairfield Bay is on Greer's Ferry Lake. From the 501, what if I donate $100 per month to this new edge and football goes 2-10?
That was my thought. It's like if you're donating money and you're not seeing the results of it, you're going to be upset about it.
Yep. But as it says in this release, it's for all 450-something athletes.
Yeah, it's not just
football. So take pride in, hey, you help the baseball team get to the College World Series,
I wanted the football team to be good.
Or it's going to everybody. But you're doing something. And to me, I would think that's what they're asking. Do something.
We got Jackson texting in on the Asher Record Live fan feedback. How much will you be contributing, Wes?
I don't know. In the media we try to be unbiased, and
But
if all of a sudden I'm paying money,
we're biased.
I could it may make me a little madder at things. But look, I'll say this: if I ever got out of TV and radio, I would donate something. I would. Now, it wouldn't. I guarantee you. I mean, I got a daughter in college. I got another one getting ready for college. It wouldn't be $100 a month, but I wouldn't have a problem doing $25 a month. It'd be a little, doing something. Let's go to Gary real quick before we get out of here. He's been on hold. Gary, welcome into the zone.
Two things, Wes, on the NIL. So take the Power 5 coaches, average up all their salaries, all the coaches on the staff, divide it by all the schools, and that's what each school can do for NIL money. And if Arkansas would turn around and make a pitch to the people in the state and say, hey, give us $20 for the next 5 years. There's 3 million people in the state. That's $300 million. Make it happen.
And that's similar to what they're asking, by they put it in there. Hey, you can give as little as $25 a month. They're asking for some to give $50 a month. And that's the pitch. And I think that should have been the pitch from day one. They went after some of the top dollars early. You got that. Now get all the fans involved. Make them feel a part of the program. They're already a part of the program. The pride here, I mean, you're going to see it tomorrow night at Bud Walton Arena. Mm-hmm. The Razorback pride. That's a way to get everyone feel not only a part of the program, vested in the program. Even more. Not that they're not. We'll see how it goes.
We got Pigskin here.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting
It's not Friday.
I'm sitting in with Joe on Out of Bounds.
I'm glad you're here because I'm not going to need you. I mean, you can come Friday, but we're going to be at War Memorial Stadium, and it's an abbreviated show. We're going to be done at 11:45. because
what's
we have
going
the
on Friday?
2A state championship game at noon.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
EPC and Bigelow.
Oh, so I'm on today, but not on Friday.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I can live with that.
We got Tom, we got Clint, and it's going to be a short show where we kind of squeeze in birthdays, entertainment.
Well, in that case, I'll be listening to you in the abbreviated show Friday and walking my dog.
There you go. Okay.
My dogs like it when I do that.
No, Friday will be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm ready to get these state championship games kicked off.
There'll be some good ball games this weekend. I'm fired up about these.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and congrats on Michigan.
Thank you.
You made me a little money this weekend.
I've been grinning like a monkey all week.
You should.
Yeah, I've been happy.
Freaky Joe, what's going on?
Man, everything's good. So Pigskin is going to be in here with us, as you guys see. He's already in studio, ready to go. And Todd Pierce is going to be here also. We're going to talk about that game last night. We're going to talk about some transfer.
That won't take long.
Well, you know what, though? So I appreciate a good defensive battle.
That
Most
wasn't
people
defense.
Bad
that
offense.
was bad offense.
Was it?
6 turnovers?
Yeah, but the defenses showed up. The Bears kicked 4 field goals, but they had 4 interceptions.
Fields kept fumbling.
Yes,
Twice.
he did.
Fumble.
And they won the game.
That Michigan man, Josh Metellus, was the one forcing the fumbles. I thought it's been a bad week. It's been a bad week for Ohio State.
Townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Matt Steele in Bryant, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Justin Stewart in Malvern today.
You know, I wish that I had Corky's Q. I wish that I had Corky's Q. No better value for your buck. Corky's Barbecue. Roger Scott, I'm going to talk to you about Sigma Supply Packaging Products and how they think outside the box. Sigma Supply, they're problem solvers. Now, they've been helping business owners for years with their waste audit analysis program. They're going to come in, they're going to analyze your packaging and shipping and see if automation is what you need to cut costs. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg with Sigma Supply, and you can schedule your waste audit analysis. Here's the number, 501-617-4600. Sigma Supply Packaging Products. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
It's time to turn that damn jukebox on.
Hey! Turn that damn jukebox on!
Out of Bounds, coming up next, KABC Little Rock.
Welcome to the Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield Razorback Report, a daily look at Razorback athletics. Arkansas Blue Cross offers affordable dental and vision insurance plans for all ages and budgets. We're talking Razorback athletics next with your host, Chuck Barrett.
What does it mean to be taken care of? And to know that the people around you are taken care of too? What does it feel like to trust that you'll be able to get health care, to prevent illness, and to help you heal? Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 70 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Razorback fans are loyal, and Domino's rewards loyalty. With Domino's Rewards, you can earn rewards points towards free pizza any way you order, not just online, including orders placed by phone or in-store too. Sign up at Domino's.com/rewards. Only one order per day earns points.
You work hard for your business, so First Security works hard for you. We offer tools to improve cash flow, pay bills faster, and more. What's your better? Get there with us. First Security. Bank better. FSBank.com. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Well, the Hogs are back after that trip to the Bahamas, and, man, they've got a big one tomorrow night. The Duke Blue Devils are in town. Muss says they're back and raring to go.
Travel to the Bahamas, kind of surprised us on the way out with a 6-hour delay, and then coming back was pretty problematic as well. We left our hotel, I think, around 6:15 a.m. I walked into our house at 3 o'clock, so we could have flown to Maui in the same amount of time as we did for a 3-hour flight to Nassau. But hopefully well rested after 48 hours off their feet, and good practice today. Very detailed practice. Obviously, when you play a team like Duke, you better be overly detailed.
So we'll see where it falls.
It's going to be a late tip tomorrow night, 8:15 to accommodate television, 7:30 for the courtside show, and we'll have a preview when we join you tomorrow on the Razorback Report.
We'll have more Razorback news tomorrow on the Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield Razorback Report. For dental and vision plans, visit ArkansasBlueCross.com or stop by an Arkansas Blue Welcome Center.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. Football season in Arkansas is one of my favorite times of the year. And I think we can all agree that game days are better with tailgating. Fourth quarters are better with game-winning field goals. And the best played games are better with teamwork. And just like on the field, Bell Chevrolet is better because of our people and their dedication to our customers. Shop Bell Chevrolet and BellChevrolet.com today. Find new roads.
Our care clinics are your hometown source for primary medical care. Our doctors, nurses, and counselors can help patients of all ages with anything from common colds and immunizations to depression, anxiety, and chronic diseases. Our network includes both mail order and local pharmacies to fulfill your prescriptions. If you don't have insurance, it's okay. We can help with that too. And no one is turned away. With more than 65 locations in Arkansas, there's a good chance we're in your hometown. Look us up at ourcare.net.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Another cold start, but a little warmer this afternoon, up to 55. Mostly sunny skies, and tonight's low down to 35. Low 60s on Wednesday, and still good rain chances expected on Thursday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Double B's is a growing Arkansas company with 34 locations in our state. Small local businesses are the largest employers nationally and create 2 out of every 3 new jobs. Buying locally at Double B's means creating more opportunities for local residents to work in our communities. When dollars are spent locally, they are respent locally, paying more salaries and building the local tax base. You want to keep Arkansas thriving and unique? Support an Arkansas-owned business like Double B's, which helps define our community's self-image and creates Arkansas pride for Arkansans. Double B's is of Arkansas and for Arkansas. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer has 5 service trucks available, providing you on-site service to get you back on the road. If that doesn't do it, Stacked has a new state-of-the-art 13-bay shop for